Welcome back to Tyranny of the Dragonlords. Last we left off, after travelling across southern Highmoor from Dawncrest, the party arrived in the small city of Ravenhold to investigate leads that you had obtained relating to a werewolf pack, which was rumoured to be operating in the area led by the mysterious Blackfang. You spent the following couple days investigating various leads throughout the city, obtaining a number of useful pieces of information and rumours from the locals. During the course of this investigation, you learned that the city of Ravenhold was led by a group of 5 noble families and their lords/ladies called the Council of 5.
The Council of 5 consisted of the why does it consisted? Why is it past tense? Consists?
Oh, yeah,
Don't worry about that. You're going to mess up the tense a lot, because it's from my perspective.
Oh, okay. Okay, the Council of 5 consisted of the following 5 members. 1. Lord Harwin Ashcroft, a kind older male and the wealthiest of the council members. For the past few years, he has been rumored to be going senile in his old age. His current heir is his granddaughter Melissa, having passed over his direct children for reasons specifically unknown to you. I think we know. Number 2, Lord Lionel Blackburn, a younger human male in his mid-20s that only recently took over lordship 4 months ago after his father was killed in a werewolf attack while the 2 of them were out hunting. His mother, Joanna, died under mysterious circumstances almost 20 years ago. The third one, Lord Gareth Hayward, a human male in his mid-30s whose family has long been hunters of wolves and occasionally werewolves. They are considered the ultimate prize for one in their family. For one in their, it's THE_IR.
No shit.
For one in their family. He is very flirtatious and something of a ladies' man, having been rumored to have slept with dozens of noble women at all parties and events he's attended over the years. The fourth is Lord Elishor Rilthastos, a male high elf in his mid-80s. Oh yeah, he's an elf. Who almost randomly married a dark elf woman by the name of Ludelna a year ago, which was slightly controversial as the high elf Rilthastos family has always married high elves over the years. She is rarely seen in public, typically only leaving her home for important functions, and some believe that she is a mage. The fifth and last member of the council is Lady Sydney Wakefield, a mid-30s human female that is a member of the infamous Wakefield family. Infamous because they have long been rumored to be warlocks that practice dark magic. The rumor started roughly around the time that one of her ancestors was publicly executed over 100 years ago for studying forbidden magics. It is rumored that she had an affair with Lord Lionel's father, Lawrence, when she was 16, and this event is somehow connected to Lady Joanna's Blackburn's death almost 20 years ago. Huh, funny that. Excuse me. In the process of learning all of this information about the noble families in the Council of 5, you spent lunch with Lord Gareth Hayward in his manor. You were received by a gentleman by the name of Bernard, who led you into the foyer, or receiving area of the manor. While you were waiting there, Nether discovered, through the use of detect magic, that a wolf head on the wall had unusual traces of transmutation and necrotic magic.
I do know how to spell head.
Sure, so the HED there.
That's good. This app that I use doesn't have autocorrect. Doesn't have spell checker.
Out loud.
Loud enough for the mic as well.
I was reading it. I thought it was the same part she read. You were received by Lord Hayward and spent lunch with him discussing the basics of why you were there. You made small talk and learned about a man by the name of Lucian in Highmoor that collected masks like Gans, and also learned in his questioning of Brudok that his family had been hunters and leather workers for generations. Hayward was eventually called away to take care of business, but before he left, he invited all of you to attend the Commoner's Ball the following evening, and dinner beforehand where you could share everything you had learned and your specific reasons for being there with the rest of the noble council. During the time between your meeting with Lord Hayward and the ball the following day, you did some more investigations. Anethra and Brudok in the slums, where you learned that there had been a few dozen children that had gone missing over the past year or two. Anethra spread rumors about a few of the noble houses with the intention of stirring contention amongst them, in the process of which you learned that the Wakefield house and their guards had some kind of connection with the investigation into the disappearing children. You also shared a discussion with the local blacksmith about your sword, and you were followed invisibly by a mysterious figure that left when you prepared for a confrontation. In the meantime, Bale and Gan infiltrated the Ashcraft estate to try and
Ashcraft? I did spell that wrong.
Ashcraft estate to try and find some information. In the process of which Bell,
Yeah, that is Bill. That's how you spell his name.
Melissa Ashcraft, the heir, and confirmed the rumors about Lord Ashcroft's poor health. When the next evening rolled around and you as a party made your way to Lord Ashcroft's estate for the council dinner and follow Commoner's Ball, you were invited into the dining room and came face to face with the other 4 noble council members.
As the dinner and meeting ensued, a few facts became obvious from the conversation and your observations. The first, while technically they were all of equal rank as council members, it was clear that Lord Ashcroft was the most elder and wealthy amongst them, with Hayward second after that, the 2 of them sitting at the heads of the table. Manethra personally confirmed that the rumor of Lord Hayward being a bit of a ladies' man, as he was openly flirtatious despite her apparent fiancé sitting right next to her, the fact that he was scolded for by Lord Ashcroft. When the actual dinner was finished, the council asked about the party's intentions, and Bell got straight to the point, reading off the 5 runic words inscribed on the collars of the werewolves. While no immediately obvious reaction was seen from any of the council members, Sydney did seem to have some kind of twitch in her eye as a reaction to what was being said. Lord Lionel asked what the hell all that meant, and you decided to be pretty honest and explain. You told them that the collars were being. You told them
Of the collars being around their necks.
of the collars being around their necks of direwolves. That turned out to be children turned into werewolves, and Anethra spoke of Hugo and the 2 other fake-named children. While this was happening, Gen decided to do some snooping in Lord Ashcroft's study, under the guise of getting something to eat. And he learned the names of Melissa's parents, Celine and... Is it Celine? Yeah. And Daniel, her father of which is deceased. Celine's brother is Harlan, who is married to Rebecca, a lesser noble that has been married to Harlan for over a decade with no children. You also found a scroll, his last will, leaving everything to his granddaughter. After Gen returned to the dining area, Bell asked him for one of the collars and presented it to the group. Sydney looked closely at the collars and explained to the group that it was dark magic, before passing it to the next council member. Lord Ashcroft called her out on her knowing that fact, but Sydney rolled her eyes in exasperation. When questioned further, she says that she's not responsible in a sarcastic manner. Anethra did an insight check to see if she's being truthful, and learned that she's absolutely being sarcastic and also hiding something. The 2 options of which are implied to be either knowing about it specifically, the collar specifically, or knows dark magic enough to recognize it. When Elishor mentioned that the runes are dark elvish, Hayward calls him out and asks if what happened. Calls him out and asks if it happens to have anything to do with his wife. Elishor gets upset and angry enough that when Lionel also makes a comment about his wife, he storms out in anger. You then made up a plan to meet with each of the noble council members the following day and set an elaborate ruse for the day after that you were going to give false information to each of the members about the investigation and see how they each react. You set up meeting times with each of the noble council members and planned to set a time with Lord Relfastos while talking to him at the ball.
Throughout the evening of the Commoner's Ball, you learned a few noteworthy things as you went around and mingled or danced or watched and listened. Lady Wakefield has been courting the same men for over a year now. Trevendorius, the owner of the local magic item shop, the crowned hero. Lord Hayward was attending the ball with a commoner, presumably for appearance's sake, a beautiful young human woman in her mid-20s, Larissa Evans, that runs potions and lotions in the trade district. Lord Blackburn has been courting the same noblewoman for a while, a early 20s human by the name of Adriana Rosenthal, who seems to be as enamored with him as he is with her. Melissa Ashcroft opens the ball with a dance with her grandfather, but is quite clearly uncomfortable in her dress and unfortunately goes off to the side with her grandfather and starts reading a book. Lord Elishor attends with his wife, Ludelma, and you get your first look at the infamous dark elf wife of a high elf. And Anethra has a discussion with them where she sets up the meeting for the following day and then discusses Harwin's children and their inability to rule. Lord Dorthil Naemir, a noble high elf living in Ravenhold by himself, is attending the ball with Eleanor Rethalstos, the lady's daughter from his first marriage that you didn't know existed until now. She is quite beautiful, but completely uninterested in her gait.
Partway through the ball, another noble woman is announced, and in walks Layla, Kaelin's friend, and an associate in a stunning red dress that, along with her looks, draws the eyes of numerous noble men, and noble women, maybe, including Lord Hayward, in particular Lord Hayward. Layla dances with Lord Hayward, while Kaelin dances with Hayward's date Larissa. Lord Ashcroft eventually descends to the dance floor to have a final dance with Melissa before retiring, during which 4 werewolves attack. Combat ensues. Lord Harwin Ashcroft is murdered. Melissa is distraught, and eventually 3 of the 4 werewolves are killed. In the process, Durathil Neymar, Eleanor's date, is also killed. The last is captured and questioned, and while he seems to not be super receptive to interrogation at first, eventually he speaks up, but the moment he mentions Blackfang and reveals that he's responsible, his fucking head explodes. Kaelin mentions that it was probably a psychic attack, maybe the spell Mind Spike, and while the party can't see anyone responsible within the 60 feet needed, someone here had to have done it. Anethra spends the night with Melissa because she asks. It's like a comfort thing. Bill agrees to watch over them, and the rest of the party head back to their Lions Mansion base of operations with the agreement to meet up the next morning at Lord Ashcroft's estate, which is where we finally pick up today's session. If you guys don't remember, the order that you were meeting everyone was Ashcroft in the morning, which just works out because you gotta meet there anyway. Then Rothastos, then Wakefield.
Oh, I have Blackburn as lunch.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
then
no,
Wakefield
you're right.
as afternoon.
You're
too.
right. Blackburn is lunch. Wakefield is afternoon. And then Hayward's, yeah.
Do we need to change Wakefield? Because our brew thing.
What?
Do we need to change Wakefield because our brew thing runs that shop we were planning on
Her
reading
booth
at?
thing. Oh yeah, there was.
Oh, so there was 2 different things going on. Is these meetings are to set up the plan that you guys originally made.
Yeah. We're not meeting them there yet. We're telling them.
So the original, the thing is you're going to meet up at their estates
Oh, okay.
to tell them some kind of tricky information.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if we'll even need to go that route.
But yeah, based on
We kind
based
of,
on all the discussions you had, you probably don't need to.
we kind of already know. So, just a reminder.
So if you guys didn't have your long rest, you have your. I don't know if you did that with your sheets or not.
And we have inspiration again, right?
Yes, you have inspiration again.
So, just to remind, because it has been a couple of weeks, but we talked about, in between session, but we talked about how we remembered that there was another Sister Crow, or we imagined it was a sister. I don't know if we confirmed it was a girl.
No, there was.
There's Yulia, and then the one that works.
But there was another one that was with the assassin that night,
Yeah.
a mage who like teleported them out.
Yeah, with the sister.
He also said that the person he was like hired by was a man, but we also know that from Hugo that it was a woman that was also behind it. So man and woman, it could very well be Rothastos and obviously Ludelna. But especially like with what just happened to us, the assassination, Mind Spike, invisibility, that's very much a mage. Ludelna was there, so it could very much be her. I'm seeing the pieces come together. I don't know if we know the full story yet, but that's kind of where I'm at.
So yeah, I think that's most of it. I think there's a couple other things, but basically, it's the next morning. You kind of, unless you had something else you needed to do, you just be back up at Ashcroft's place. Kaelin, Brudok, and Ged walk in because there were 3 of them. You're with Melissa, and Belle is watching over. I don't know what you guys have done while you, because it's early morning. We didn't set up specific times, but my idea for the meetings was to have them occur every 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So that'd be 8, 10:30, 1, 3:30, and 6. My math is right. Just because that's kind of like morning, brunch, lunch, early
So
afternoon.
basically, we're going straight from where we are.
Yeah, so
straight
right
to
now you're at
Rothastos.
Ashcroft. Are you guys just sitting in the... There's probably some kind of like... What is the, like a living room called where, like, in a rich person's house?
The
Is that
Foyer?
like waiting room or like.
it's like a meeting room, foyer, common room. I don't know. I can't remember what they're called.
There's a word for it.
There is a word for it. I can't remember what it's called.
The drawing room.
Drawing room. I think that's it. You guys are sitting in the drawing room. I don't know if you're with Melissa still. What do you know what you would have done?
I feel like I would have gone to a kitchen and probably like found some bread or something like small and just brought it to her. Just like sat by her side. I feel like I would be waiting in her room for like someone to either come and find me or to like.
Well, you were in the room with her. Belle was outside, and then when you guys woke up, you probably would have gone downstairs to the drawing room or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like I would have returned back to her though to like give her.
No, like, oh yeah,
breakfast.
is she staying in bed?
Yeah.
That's up to you because I don't know how.
I don't
She's
know,
like.
her grandfather just fucking died, and it wasn't.
I guess it's up to me actually.
It is up to you.
She will wait until you come back in, and she'll eat a little bit, but then she will want to get up and get moving. So she kind of walks downstairs.
Because I'm like waiting at the door,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell her like, we're going to find who's responsible for this and get justice brought to them.
I hope you're right. She's not super talkative or emotional even, like, she's kind of just
Numb.
numb.
She's like, I'm rich now. Just
I'm so fucking rich right now.
And she, like, as in the process of you guys, like, kind of walking downstairs and her going to the drawing room, I guess, there are people, like, servants and stuff running around. Some of them are cleaning up the ballroom. The carnage that happened in there. A couple, like, run up and, like, ask her questions, but she kind of just waves them away, not really caring.
I wonder what her parents think about. Anyway,
Her one parent.
They're not currently, her one parent, because her dad is.
Yeah.
While you guys are in the drawing room just talking or not talking or just comforting, while she's kind of like, on the way down to the drawing room, she stops by the study and just grabs a bunch of like papers and stuff that she's going to fill out and all this kind of stuff, just like general paperwork, busy paperwork. And in that process, Kaylin and the two of you walk up and get let into the drawing room. And then you can, like, start discussing. And you can be like, you can discuss your realization about Ladonna. Because you haven't actually shared that.
Oh, yeah,
with
That's
anyone.
true, that's true.
You haven't in-game shared that with anyone because you had it, at nighttime.
Like you had like dreamed about it maybe and like saw their faces together.
Yeah, it's just like side by side.
There were images, and I can't quite put them together.
And so, yeah, Kaylin, like, I guess you say it, whatever you want to say it. If you want to say it.
So she wants to get started on the day. We're gonna head downstairs. We're in the drawing room.
And they show up, Kaylin's there, everyone's in the room now, and you're just kind of like, kind of recapping stuff, going over everything you know, going over what happened last night, going over your revelation, which you share with people.
Oh, you know what I'm realizing? I didn't see the werewolf's head explode, did I?
No, you were there, I think.
She left
Yeah,
with.
she
I
left.
left
Did you
with-
leave before
Left the
it
room.
I
exploded?
left the room with her.
Okay,
Maybe?
yeah,
I don't
you're right.
remember.
I don't remember the exact timing of it, but
Yeah.
you might have, yeah.
I think so too.
I think you might have. I think you did.
I swear I didn't. I swear I left the room.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think you did
Did
leave.
leave.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were saying like, no, you were there, and I'm like, no, I left with Melissa.
Yeah, I think
So,
so.
like, say you discussed your revelation first.
Let me do this. All right. Do we need to still interrogate the werewolf?
Oh,
Did we not tell you the
His head exploded.
his head exploded.
And was that by your doing?
No. In fact, I think he was actually about to cooperate. We have a theory that there was a mage who used
His
some
head.
magic. Yes.
blown out in the way.
So keep that in mind that whoever we're going up against has
The
that
ability to just explode somebody's
theoretically,
head.
yes. We'd like to avoid that, I think.
People with hit points are at like 5.
I think we should avoid that possibility, of course, but it is a possibility. And they were apparently invisible.
Ha!
Yeah, we checked. We could not find anyone there.
Yeah,
Going
we
to
looked
pretend
at
like that doesn't freak me the fuck out.
Like Kayla says, like we were looking, we were watching, we couldn't see anyone when it happened.
Okay, you
Maybe
were
it was
looking
that
and
one
watching
person
and
that was
watching
in the
his head
slums.
disappear from his body.
Good point.
Yeah, if it was Mind Spike, like I assume. I may or may not have seen its effects before. They can't be super far away. They have to be reasonably close. So they had to be like, well, in the ballroom, obviously.
I'm sure someone invisible was following you in the slums.
Yeah. So yeah, that questioning. He revealed that the Blackfang pack was responsible for the attack on the bull. So we know for sure, 100%, that there's not other werewolves at play, and that they specifically, presumably, and he looks at Melissa, were targeting Harwood because he died at the start of the attack, and then Kaelin kind of just trails off.
Well, now my news does not seem very exciting in comparison. Ludelna has a striking resemblance to the Crow family. You know, Ulysses, that son of a gun, who tried to disembowel my fiancé. I believe Ludelna's in cahoots or related, something of the sort.
But there was, I believe, he had another assassin with him that night at the inn.
It was a female that attacked me. I didn't get a proper look or anything, but it was.
And if
It was
And she was
relatively
mage.
obvious that it was female.
She used darkness against us, and she teleported them out.
we never saw him.
And if I remember right, Ulysses did say that Ignoble hired.
Yeah, someone hired
And
him.
technically, I guess, I don't know, I guess like she's technically a noble in this situation. Maybe it was her, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was
Might have been her
husband, maybe we don't. I don't think we know that specifically enough information about that.
Sorry, quick question. Who was the girl that was her boyfriend or whatever was attacked during the fight?
Eleanor Rolfastos, the daughter
Right.
of
Elishore.
Lord Elishore,
So I
from
re-
his first marriage. His wife is not a bitch.
I remember this being important because potentially, since they didn't target the daughter, it could have been just a way to try to throw us off as well. Make it seem like they were targeting her as well. when we
Based
didn't
on what we saw, or at least I saw, she didn't seem super interested. She was not paying much attention to it.
Not
She was
interested in
very supposed
the date.
It was pretty obvious she was not caring much. Her attention was maybe preoccupied, but with someone else or something else, but I can't. And Hugo, he said it was a high elf.
Yeah.
It was a high elf woman because he pointed to his own skin. And high elves are the only.
And Rothastos would have had high elves. So it could have been a long... Oh yeah, of course it's going... They've only been married for about a year, right?
Yes.
This has been going on for longer than that. We know of that because of Hugo. So it's not just Rothastos, it's his whole family. I think...
It's not just Ludona, at least.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we have enough evidence to at least have a good, strong suspicion.
while you guys are discussing all of this, you realize or feel like you're being watched. And you look around, and there's no one immediately obvious that you can see. You obviously recall her information about being followed invisibly by someone. I came up with this idea like 30 minutes ago, so we're going to explore this idea. I want you to do a wisdom check with your proficiency bonus. As you realize, like, I feel like I'm being watched. I can't see anything, I just feel it. I want you to do a wisdom check with your proficiency bonus. So it'd be, what's your wisdom? Modifier, I mean? Because you guys have +2 proficiency, right? Just the wisdom, straight wisdom
Yeah.
modifier.
+2.
+2. So it'll be +4. So do a d20 with +4.
Uh, 15, so 19.
Okay. This is something you have done before, not in game, but using both your monk abilities with key and other capabilities that you might have, you put your awareness out and can feel through your key and through their key that the person is outside the window. Invisible, obviously.
The thing is, we're going. I don't know this. But,
Yeah, you have no idea this is
we-
happening.
How far is it?
We're meeting with the
Probably
Relfastos.
30 feet, maybe 40 feet. It's like all the rooms in this manor are huge because it's the
Yeah.
Ashcroft Manor. So every single room is massive.
Kinda like-
So like you can feel someone outside the window. You can't see them. You look over and you just can't see them. I don't know how stealthily you're looking over, or if you look over at all.
I'll
Maybe
look-
you don't even look over at
I
all.
won't look over it. So
I'm
like,
just.
is there like a door nearby? Like up
Not
against,
outside.
No, but like against that wall, is there like a door?
It's like
in
the
that
outside
direction?
wall of the manor.
Oh, so like the okay.
They're outside looking in.
Right now. What now?
So like so it's the wall of the manor, and then there's
Yeah, like you're in like a room that's on the edge of the manor, like on the outside wall. It meets the outside wall, but only on one wall. It's like this wall here. It'd be like if you're sitting over here and you're like talking like this, and you sense someone behind you outside of this window.
That's fucking sick.
like straight outside the window.
Yeah,
Or,
but it's like 40 or 50.
They're just
40
like
feet
you can
away.
see the fog over their breath on the window.
so like so like 80 feet then, about.
No, like it's like the window is probably 30 feet away, and they're probably 10 feet outside of it.
Okay.
And you're on the first floor, so they're probably just standing out there.
So we're like on ground level.
Yeah, on ground level. But there's
Okay.
like garden beds immediately outside because there's usually garden beds under windows and shit.
Stepping in the peonies.
Okay. I'm gonna do something which is probably gonna fuck us over.
Cool.
And
Okay.
I'm curious. Can I like? Okay, what's up against that wall?
Which wall? The one in front of you?
Like
or
the
if
one,
it's
like
the opposite wall?
the one that they're looking through the window of.
It's just glass. It's like literally like a massive glass window.
Shit.
Like manor. You
Can I
can't
jump out?
like jump out. If you jump out the window, you're jumping through glass. You can't open the window and like.
Jason Bourne that.
Basically, like if you do anything technically towards the window, they'll probably know what's going on.
How much damage would I take by smashing through the window?
I don't know. How would you do that?
Would it be considered like difficult terrain, like smashing through it, or would I just be able to just go through it, take damage, and just keep going?
It would probably be like what's
Probably be like treading through water, wouldn't it?
What's
Be
the-
like, do you have
is it always is there something other than difficult terrain, or is it always just difficult terrain?
I think mainly difficult terrain. I can't think
Yeah,
of
like
it now.
you would be able. It would be difficult terrain once you hit the glass and go through,
So it'd be your
because
speed.
there's also like garden beds and stuff outside. But like up until the window, you would probably take a few dice of damage because it's a big manor glass window.
Is it stained glass? Are you really gonna ruin that?
They're rich.
That's true.
Are you-
Most can get
I see. I'm just gonna say. So since we're going to meet with Relfastos first, it's probably them. We should be ready and prepare ourselves for a fight, and then after that, just jump through the window.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna just dash over. So like, do the 40 feet plus dash, so 80 feet
Mhm.
or whatever.
So you do 40 feet,
Whoa.
and then you're at the window.
Where's he going?
And
And
so
you're
if
going
you,
straight, right? I thought the
Yeah.
person was behind you.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm turning around and then running straight for them.
he can sense that they're behind him. He knows that they're there.
So he's gonna just run straight through the window.
So I'm just gonna like run straight through the window and just like smash through it.
Okay, so the window is behind him, right?
Yeah.
turn around.
So I'm like this. The window's
Run.
back here. So I literally get up, turn around, and run for it.
You take
Is he alright?
9 points of slashing damage
Oh, shit.
as
He
you
just
just
doesn't know what
fucking
he is.
smash into glass, and it slices and cuts at you a little bit.
Okay.
And as soon as like you start running, the other person starts running.
Okay, I'm gonna just keep running after them until I catch up.
Go after him?
Yeah, I guess.
What's happening? What is happening?
I'm gonna run after as well.
How do you do a chase scene in D&D? I forget.
It's
It's really weird, complicated.
Yeah.
rules.
Isn't it every 6 seconds? So it's just,
yeah, but there's like specific rules for like a chase that are different.
wouldn't it just be like an attack or
Like you
a
can dash a
surprise
certain
round?
number of times equal to like your exhaust.
Oh, it's
your-
a Constitution modifier.
And then like after that you take exhaustion for each dash or something like that.
Okay, no, I do it. Yeah, it is. It's. I think I'm 90% sure. Or we can check it after. It's 3 times, and then your Constitution modifier. So, but you're also dashing 40.
True, you're gonna catch
So
up.
you're technically going faster. So we'll go. like, we'll say that as soon as you get to the window, they're already like their full movement as well. But then you can like keep going through the window because the moment you go through the window, your dash movement is half to 20. So you only like get out the window and you're like, okay, that's my dash. What's your Constitution modifier?
Is his head just gonna fucking explode?
It's a +2.
We still never saw his
Okay.
face.
Would we know if he just like
sheet.
collapses?
Identify the body.
Oh,
Put the mask
I need
on.
to get.
Yeah.
He's fine.
I need to get a stat block real quick. I have it printed on.
There's my boy. Did you see the trailer for season 6?
Season 6 more.
My
Definitely
hero
cannot
was
see
your
it.
wording.
I
You
still
cannot see what
like
this says.
Big
I know.
fucking fan.
I know.
I need to check this, and I need to check the
I was like,
rules on
Stranger Things was
invisibility.
cool.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh no, I tried restarting.
The whole show?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Of My Hero Academia or Stranger Things?
That's commitment.
My hero.
It's really good. I mean, it falls off a little bit, but
It does. I hated the last season.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
Just give me Mirio, that's all I care about. Do you love Mirio too?
No, I'm a Deku stan.
I love the hawk guy. The hawk guy.
Okay.
His
Okay.
literally name is Hawk.
Oh,
Hawks.
Hawks.
okay. So,
Jack's
what's
eyebrows.
your like your movement
Mhm.
times? Wait, so it's your Constitution's 2.
Yeah.
You've already done 1 dash, so it's 80 times 4 because it's 3 plus Constitution, and you've already done 1.
Yes.
So that's 80 times 4 is
16 short for 32.
320 feet before you start getting any exhaustion. But I'm not saying you get into that point before. Like,
Just
I'm
trying to see how long
I'm trying
it
to
takes to
figure
catch
out
up.
like how long it takes
And they're doing 60 feet a turn with dash, theoretically.
theoretically.
Yes, I move 10 feet faster.
I'll catch up to you, bitch.
I'm gonna get you.
Or no, I run 20 feet.
Wait, so how many feet were you?
Come back here, you bitch.
80.
No,
Oh,
sorry,
320.
Okay. Okay. So you start booking it. You can sense where they're going, and they like leave the grounds. You dash another time, and they're running between buildings, and then you dash again, and more buildings. Like you're still in the noble district, but they're just moving between noble houses, and you dash again. No, not yet. That's what the point is.
Well, I certainly don't want him to be alone.
I'm gonna guess that I did not follow this.
I'm planning on following, but I don't know if I'll be able to catch up. Definitely got lost.
Like he's got higher movement than all of
Yeah.
us. So if anyone's getting further, I mean, I don't know what your con modifiers are. That would actually,
It's less than 2.
yeah.
Mine's +2.
What's grid off? Because
Plus
that,
2.
yeah, you guys can't catch him.
I'm too fast.
He's a wicked fast boy.
So you get to like the end of your movement, and the person is still 40 feet in front of you, and they turn around, throw their hand out, and now you're enshrouded in darkness. But do a perception check. You're literally like you're in between buildings, and it's pitch black now. You can't see anything. You know technically which way is straight.
Wait, so perception plus 1.
Well, just perception check, whatever your modifier is.
It was a 16.
So just before, like, the darkness basically engulfs you, but your visibility ends the moment the spell is cast. So you, very briefly, see Linda Dona, and then she's around the corner and you can't see her, and you're encased in darkness.
Okay, I yell out, Ludona!
And nothing. You're encased in darkness, unless you keep moving, but, like,
I'll try to keep
if you keep chasing, you're gonna get exhaustion. So you literally, like,
What are the cons of level 1 exhaustion again?
we check.
Probably knows. Maybe we're down. I was following you one day.
Oh,
And maybe the one that blew up that guy's head.
fucking hell.
Where is it?
He's got some serious balls for going after somebody who potentially just someone's head.
Yeah. But
Oh, you
should we
haven't
consider
seen
that
them.
she could have done that, but she didn't.
True.
You haven't even seen how big
We
We
didn't.
should check how quickly you
He's
get
actually a
like-
exhaustion.
shrunken head.
They
inside
were
of us.
alone.
Ah,
They'd been alone. She could have had the chance to blow us up. Maybe you
Which
should.
which maybe
that.
means that maybe she isn't the perpetrator necessarily, but
she
actually,
knows about
Covering
but she's
tracks.
well, she needs help. What if
You-
she's trying to get
You
help
dash
from
again in
us?
the direction that she was,
Yeah.
and do a perception check.
What if she's trying to get help to take down one of the other houses?
Another perception check.
Yeah.
Like, maybe she's, like, straight up bad, but what if she's also just, like,
You,
trying to
so
get
this
somebody
is
else to do her
important
dirty
because you
work,
rolled a 21.
basically.
You can't see her,
Yeah.
and you can't sense her either. So even with his, he rolled a 21 and still can't see her or sense her. And if you try to run any further, you're going to get actual like exhaustion. First level exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks.
Oh, please don't. Please don't. We don't.
You'll love 6th level.
Yeah, until 60 level is death.
6 or 5.
So first level is disadvantage on ability checks. Second is speed is halved. So literally, if you go again, you're going to have 20 movement speed for the rest of the day. Actually, for probably 2 days because you can only get rid of 1 exhaustion per day.
In that case, I'll just end it there.
And you're like, you are. No one can see it because you're wearing a full body suit and helmet, but you are like out of breath completely. You've never run that much in your life.
Is this what it is to get tired?
It's fucking heaving. Just
Are you guys still chasing after him?
I'm trying. I don't know if I would have lost him or not, but if I see the darkness, I can probably.
Yeah. Well, both of you do perception checks then.
I'm not.
I mean, I did run my con was like 320 feet. Before I
She ran 3.
Oh, that's not 20.
Her con modifier is higher.
1 and
than
2.
yours.
The roll's the same as last time, so
It
we'll
was
see.
perception?
Yeah.
8.
That is a 19.
Okay. You are you guys riding together? Presumably.
Presumably, yeah.
Okay, so you spot the darkness and immediately start heading that way.
That's my bad. Oh.
And you get over there, and like it's another 40 feet out of the darkness, and the darkness as you guys arrive, the darkness goes away.
Okay.
But like you get there, and he is just like hunched over, it's just like completely out of breath.
Yeah, no, you're
Did
right.
she mind spike you?
Or take his mask off.
How's it breathe?
Give me CPR.
Smack him out!
I try to like compose myself. I'm like, Ludoma. It was Ludoma.
Well, we already know of someone being invisible. Other circumstances.
I'm not here. Don't look at me.
Oh, yeah.
She's invisible.
I just like just look around.
You just look through the wall and like.
And you guys are all 3 sitting together, and you're like, and he's like, we don't know.
Did she see you recognize her by chance?
I mean, with the mask, I don't know.
Because we can. She probably heard us though. She was eavesdropping. She probably knows that we know. Should we just? We should probably get back and get the rest of our group and just go confront them.
Apologize for the
like
wall.
lemonade or something for them? Like, are they gonna be tired?
Did I drink my water already? Man, I'm thirsty.
Well, let's head back.
Yeah, you guys start making your way back. It takes you a bit.
Well, it's
You actually, if you go technically by like how runs work, you technically only ran for like 36 seconds.
Yeah.
But you ran like basically out of the Noble District.
He was
Yeah, is there
like
anything,
Tom
like-
Cruise in that shit.
Is there anything specific like where she was running to?
No, you couldn't.
She was trying to lose him.
She was just trying to lose him.
She won.
Like she was going between buildings and stuff.
So we should be prepared. We know she's a mage. We don't know what other capabilities the rest of the family has. But we know at least that they have darkness, invisibility, some sort of teleportation,
And can blow your fucking
and can
head
blow your
off.
head up.
I'm assuming they're back now, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys back? You
Yes,
get back.
yeah.
And you're just talking about. You say
Yeah.
what happened. You explain like, I saw Ludona cast darkness at me, and she was invisible. Presumably.
Wait, let him say that. Jeez. Shut the fuck up, Kaylin.
So yeah, we show up, and I just say, it was Ludoma.
What was Ludella? You just kind of took off through a window.
My apologies, but
Yeah.
I sensed a presence off in the distance, and it was curious since they were invisible. So I took it upon myself to figure what that was about. And it turns out it was Ludoma. She managed to lose me in the what district?
As you were leaving the Noble District.
As we were leaving the Noble District, she managed to lose me, but I got a chance to see her face before she left.
Who's gonna cover the charge for the window and the flowers you ruined?
As you guys are talking about it, one of the servants walks up and leans down to Kalen and whispers in his ear, and then walks off.
Pussy baka.
And then Kalen like looks at you and says, "That was Layla."
Oh, okay.
Oh,
During her dance last night with Lord Hayward, he asked her to early lunch this morning at his estate. So she's going to get ready for that and then head over there
This is the 41.
and see and find out if she can get any information at all. Maybe it will help, maybe it won't. But we might as well figure it out.
Yeah.
Eliminate all the possibilities.
Of course.
I assume it's based on all the information we have. It's presumably the Rothastos, or at least Lidona is involved in some capacity.
Yeah.
If what you saw is legit, then yeah, that's. I think it's all coming together. He's very slightly showing excitement at this, like everything coming together.
I almost wonder if we should just head there even early. Like, don't give them as much time to prepare. You know what I mean?
Now they know that I've seen. If she knows that I saw her, they're probably going to do something to.
Should
prevent
we
us.
should we pretend like we don't have a theory yet, and we just show up and say it's been a rough morning. You know, the attack last night. Someone spying on us this morning, and just pretend like we don't know, and then try to get more answers from them, or should we just go in guns blazing?
well, he.
Well, I yelled out Lidona,
Did
so
yell
she
out.
knows that I know.
Gotcha.
So if anything,
Maybe we should
so if
come
anything, I should just not show up. You guys show up and pretend clueless.
I'm okay with us all going together. If they know that we know, then let's drop pretense. We don't have to go out fighting necessarily, but say that we know enough to demand answers, and we're going to get them one way or the other.
Somebody was supposed to
You guys keep discussing a bit more, and then one of the servants walks up and says, looks at Caitlin and says, "This message was to be delivered to you," and hands it over. But because like Bill is kind of the messenger person, or the spokesperson, you take it from him.
Lord Caleb, forgive the late notice, but I'm going to need to postpone our meeting until later today, as an urgent matter has occurred that requires my immediate attention. My wife is missing. She returned home with me last night, but I have not seen her since. We always retire and wake up together, but this morning she was nowhere to be found. Nothing like this has happened before. Hopefully this matter will all be over within the next few hours. So, if I could swap our meeting time with Lady Wakefield's, that would be much appreciated. She owes me a favor anyway. Sincerely, Lord Elishor Rothastos.
Well, we know where she's going.
Using disguise self on
But
herself.
do we...
Do we know her?
She won't be there, and she's ideally our main target. Do we still ignore his request and go now, or do we...
Does this mean that Elishor doesn't understand what his wife is involved? Does this
Probably, or he's
potentially-
covering it. He's either involved or he's not. We don't know enough, I think, from this letter to know that. If anyone wants to read it.
Caitlin's contemplative, but is like swapping meetings would put him fourth meeting.
He's Wakefield, is what he said.
Yeah.
If she's not going to be there, or
City's afternoon, so that
she's
would
either going to be there or she's not. And
Well,
he's either lying or he's not.
It's basically pushing it back.
From brunch to
Free, yeah, because we have lunch
early
after.
evening, late afternoon. Does it? Caitlin's like, does it matter too much what time we meet with each of them? I don't.
Well, I don't think so, but I don't. If I suppose it doesn't, and we can just go according.
I think
but-
all of the suspicions point towards the Rothastos.
So I just don't see why we would wait though. Is the thing.
But then Wakefield did react yesterday when we were talking about the dark
True.
magic on the coals.
maybe we
she
can get more
knows
information
something.
at least.
She is like, and he's kind of just like thinking, his like speaking his thoughts now. It's like she's courting or dating someone that's in charge of a magic item shop. They're technically magic items, even if they're like collars that enslave people.
That's a good point.
I don't know. Maybe
I
I don't know. It's up to you guys.
I just don't want to give them more time to do whatever they're planning on doing. But if they're planning anything, but getting more information from Sydney would be helpful as well.
So maybe do switch.
at the very least, we can eliminate her. Like, because we.
And maybe enlist her help.
It's like 90% for Fastos,
Yeah.
but who knows? Could be some kind of. I don't know.
Well, I'm okay with switching it if that's the case.
If you want, what
do you think,
is I
my
can go
love?
on and recon the ship. While
You
you
spy
guys,
on
Galen looks at it after
while you guys meet up with the others.
Give me a second.
Melissa is like now kind of just like finishing up with what she's doing. She's paying attention, but is also probably like, I should probably leave now. Like, this is not really my investigation,
Yeah.
and I don't want to like
That's a good
be
point.
involved necessarily.
I don't like leaving people alone, so if you do want to go and keep an eye out on them, I can join you and we can wait for the others for the actual meeting. That means that it would be just you two, three, going to meet with Sydney Wakefield.
And are you going to their house?
Well, if theoretically,
Fastos' house?
because I don't like the idea of if we're splitting up, I don't want someone to go alone. But and I'm fairly sneaky as well.
So you're checking on the Fastos?
Just keep an eye out, or what was your plan?
Just watch at a distance, see if anything happens, and if anything happens, I'll just come back and report it.
Good.
I'll do my best not to engage in combat with anyone.
Do you feel
Go
like
breaking more walls.
again? I don't like the idea of people going alone, but if you feel confident, but
Kalen doesn't like the idea of
Okay.
going alone either.
Okay.
Now that he's thinking about it, he's like, he knows you took damage from jumping through a window.
Yeah.
For one. But also it's like,
It's nothing.
if it's really, like if Ludona is 100% a crow,
then we need to have
then not only is
One
she
of them
an
alone.
assassin that almost killed me,
yeah.
but like, theoretically her brother could be around.
That's a good
Theoretically.
point. And he alone took down half of us at least.
Yeah.
We were asleep last time, though.
I was not when I engaged with him and died. Almost died.
Yeah, you did.
But I also didn't have my armor on, so
We could go watch the Rofastos film first. My idea, me speaking, is it was happening every 2.5 hours. We could just say that you could watch them for an hour before you go to the next meeting or something and see if anything happens. I don't know, that's up to you.
Should
That's
we?
bias.
We could also confront him and be like, oh, if you need help, we can assist you.
fine.
Yeah. Should we confront Rolfasters before anything?
Here's my plan.
forward?
We can at least go to Wakefield. We can decide after what we learn from Wakefield if we want to just confront Mathastos then or now. We don't have to commit to the meeting schedule and go to Blackburn next if we don't want to.
Especially because he doesn't look super
Yeah.
involved.
If
Kalen
anything,
says.
yeah, he would not be teaming up with them, I think, the werewolves. So, I think we go to Wakefield, learn as much as we can. We don't even have to wait until brunch or tea time. We can just go straight to Relhastos after that.
If anything, it would be better to not wait until their scheduled time because we can catch them unawares if we need to.
Exactly. Any objections to that?
Nethria/babe.
Going back over our messages.
Okay. I was like, are you looking at something not D&D
No,
related?
which is funny because Caleb specifically said that Ludona. What if Ludona used an invisibility spell and followed Nethra around while Ulysses was there as well?
Yeah, you guys had that theory. Now you've kind of confirmed the
Yeah.
theory. That was a metagaming theory, but now you've confirmed it in-game. I guess, like, if we want to watch... I don't have any... Kalen speaking. I don't have any opposition to watching the Rofastos for a bit. If anything, like... His daughter is slightly suspicious because she's a high elf that is a noble. Isn't
That's what Hugo said.
Isn't like Hugo saying that high elf specifically woman was? We could like even if we go there and like don't even ask about Rodona or anything, we could ask. We can either watch, we can wait.
I do want to speak to the city as soon as possible.
Has to be a group decision,
Especially
not
if
involving the DM.
if she does have information at all with dark magic, anything at all that could help us fight against a mage, even, you know what I mean? Like, I think this will be important for us.
Just I'm trying to think of like, because I'm like, is it? I am dropping the accent for a second. My brain is not.
No, it's fine.
Is it even worth like pursuing like Hayward and
Hayward is off my
Blackburn?
list. Blackburn's off my list. Sydney's not even on my list anymore. It's just she
Sydney's
might have
not.
useful information though for us. Is the only thing.
She knew more about dark magic than I did. I know the basics, but I don't. She seemed to recognize the runes, didn't she?
She did.
On the colors, yeah. No.
Yeah, on the collars.
On the
Well,
collars,
like,
she
she's the one that
recognized
said
it
it
as
was
you guys said it out loud, and then she
Yeah.
looked at them.
She did react.
I
to
think
what
she.
spoke
I
about
think
that.
this is me trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure she also reacted to the gems on it as well. The red gems that
maybe,
are on the
yeah.
collars.
Oh, that's right, that's right,
She
that's
seemed to
right.
recognize them or something,
I
which only one person here might not know about.
The more I'm thinking about this, more I myself really want to speak to Sydney first. But I'm understanding if you guys want to just confront the Rothasters first, or do whatever you want.
What are you hoping to accomplish with this? What is your end goal?
If nothing else, well, I mean, we get nothing from it. But I would like to get at least information about, hopefully, anything that would help us with a mage, dealing with a mage, dark magic, anything, any sort of magic. But it would also be useful to know if we know anything more about the werewolf magic that they're using here. You know, anything that could help us at all in our confrontation against them.
Kaelin says, at the very least, I find it suspicious that Sydney, who seemed to recognize the dark magic on the collars, or the gems, or the runes, whatever, it's a magic item and she's courting a magic item shop owner. That just seems weird. I don't know if it's a coincidence. It 100% could be a coincidence. But it just seems strange that she would know something about magic items. Because not everyone can make up magic items. This is Kaelin just being like, you have to know enchanting, you have to know the runic languages, you have to know how to apply them, how to infuse magic into the items. It's not just something anyone can do. That's why they're so rare and expensive. If she knows anything about magic items at all, she might even be able to tell you something about your sword.
I'm not speaking for my soul.
What do you think? What does everyone think? Should we? I'm happy to go with wherever we want to go.
How much time until our first meeting? What was our first meeting?
Personally, I don't care
First
about-
meeting technically was Ashcroft, but the next meeting could be, you could say it is in an hour.
So if Ashcroft is dead, we've already made our...
Your first meeting is either forcing the meeting with the Rothastos that was supposed to be happening, or going along with what he said for whatever reason. Maybe his wife is actually missing.
We
Going
could
along and
feign
meeting Sydney.
ignorance. We could feign ignorance
You
and...
didn't get the message. That's what
And
you're saying?
no, we could feign ignorance of that. We don't know that Ludelna was following us. Ludelna only knows that Gen was there. So if one of us goes to Rothastos and goes, oh, I've come to offer my services to look for your lovely wife, and he'd be none the wiser. Maybe observe his behavior as he's searching for his wife. Maybe he's making an excuse for her as they're making preparations for some kind.
If you guys do go to the Rothastos side, are we splitting up? Is that a thought?
I
Or?
don't think that's a good idea.
Okay.
If this is like, I feel like everything is coming together. Everything's coming to a head. And I don't feel like we should split up. Just in case, because if Ladonna is really an assassin, then she seems pretty fucking capable when she was killed me.
Why wouldn't she kill Gen?
They were
Well,
known for
at that point,
She was
she
running.
was
She was
visible
just-
then, also in front of the whole town.
but it was literally for like a split second.
Yeah.
Like, you only saw it because you literally have to drop invisibility to cast a spell, basically. It would have literally been a microsecond. But your perception was enough to see it. She might not necessarily have been seen by anyone else because she was in the noble district, and I mean, there's nobles in town, but they're not always just outside wandering around.
Maybe we should just vote. Everyone decide Rothastos or Wakefield first.
Can I roll to see if I know how disguise self works?
Yeah, do an Arcana check.
Annette or Net?
Rothastos.
Ah, shit, that's good.
I just want to get it like head on. I
Yeah.
just want to hit this shit.
You know, it's disguise self
I
is
agree,
illusion
but-
magic and doesn't actually do any physical changing. That's all you know from an
I
item.
don't know.
Which is
I
basic
don't know if
information.
Sydney's gonna give us anything if she knows that we're going up against one of the other houses.
What in
If it's-
particular were you trying to figure out?
To see if it's the
Wait, you're
same
saying
as
you don't think she
invisibility,
will?
like
She
you have
knows
to
we're
drop
going
it.
against
Well, I just don't know.
Then
Like,
how about this?
No, she knows we're
If-
going up
if you-
Or if
against
like
We're
it's
not-
just,
We won't
it
waste
just
time.
stays like
If she's
that.
not giving us anything,
It's
she
just
don't want us to
it's
leave
not a
immediately.
concentration spell.
we
Okay,
could
so
try
just-
that.
so
I
it
just
stays
I don't
when
know
you
that
use it
like
for an
if we
hour
go
and
up,
then
like
it
how
disappears.
how are you explaining that to her?
It
Are you
literally
just going
can't
up
be
to
dropped unless you use
Sydney
the
and just
spell
being
magic.
like,
dropping it all.
Just dropping it all and just
reuse
being like,
the spell.
how the fuck do we get?
I would start by asking about how much she knows about the dark magic involved in the Wolf Belt, and go on from there.
Because, like, if that's your plan, to address Wakefield straightforward, no ifs, ands, or buts, skeeting around the bush, then yes, go to Wakefield, ask the question, and get the fuck out of there, because I want this done.
Again,
Just a thought, but what if the reason she didn't kill me was because it wasn't Ladonna?
Because it wasn't Ladonna?
It wasn't. Because
That's
if
why
she's-
you asked about the check, because technically it's possible.
Because if she was an assassin, she would have not given. She would not have taken the chance of me maybe seeing her when she dropped her illusion, her
What he's implying.
invisibility, and
He was like, that
He's implying you can use disguise self, then go invisible, and when you become visible, you're still disguised.
because disguise self isn't
Because
concentration.
disguise self is not a concentration spell.
So
technically,
we already know one person. Are you suggesting that?
So you think it might be Wakefield then? Potentially.
potentially it could be either Wakefield or maybe, if at all, it could be Eleanor,
Eleanor is the daughter, yeah.
or it could be Eleanor.
Which is
The daughter that
You
was
guys have a
attached
picture.
by...
Was Eleanor magically inclined?
there was no indication.
Wait, Eleanor's...
Whose daughter? Sorry.
Elishore.
Eleanor's
is
daughter,
Elishore's
Eleanor,
daughter.
from first marriage, first wife is
Belladonna's
deceased.
stepmom.
What if Madonna truly is missing, and Eleanor used?
That's actually the
disguise
same
self?
line I was thinking. It's like, what if Elishore is being legitimate in that his wife is missing? He could be like, she is actually missing and a prisoner or something, or dead, or she's missing and involved.
We saw her last night at the ball. We also saw the daughter. We also saw Wakefield. So if any one of them was impersonating her, wouldn't have started until after last night.
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, you couldn't. They were all there.
And he did say that he did get home with her that night.
He did.
He went
So
to
this is
bed.
framing.
And it was when he woke up, she was gone.
Okay, I don't see why we shouldn't go to Wakefield at this point now.
Can I just something in there that I may be overthinking?
We're all
Completely
overthinking
possible.
probably,
I
so...
mean, this-
Probably.
You're not
Something
overthinking.
might
This is
be.
like important thinking.
If you're talking to people that you don't entirely know, I would like to swap our meeting time with Lady Wakefield. She owes me a favor, anyway. If I'm overthinking that, she owes me a favor.
You should figure out what the favor is by asking her.
Yeah, we could bring that up.
If there's an
Wherever we go today, just always be prepared for the worst case scenario. We need to be ready at all times.
Speaking of which, do you guys have potions?
I have.
Kaylin is asking.
I have.
Do I have potions?
Because I thought about this when I was preparing the session.
I believe I have at least one potion. I have one potion.
Because in this time, a short rest has passed, which means you can use hit dice to regain the hit points you're missing.
I have one potion.
I do have one potion.
So you spend some hit dice to restore your health if you need to. I would suggest it.
These are the cutest fucking
So,
shoes.
are we decided then? Wakefield
You're missing
first
11, right?
because
So
of
just
this?
do 2 d10s.
I think it might be
See-
best.
You said Rothastos, but
I said Rothastos. I'm saying Wakefield now.
it seems like you're reading stuff, but
He's just regaining hit points.
He's just sitting over the corner.
Is the total 11 or more?
Less. Wait,
what-
no. 'Cause that's less.
What's the
it's-
total? But
what's
it's
your
plus
con-
constitution
what's your-
modifier as well.
Well,
you get con for every die that you roll.
So what total did you roll on the die?
6.
So you get 10
Six.
back.
My,
okay,
So you're only
so
many
many
one.
people.
You
Like,
could use your last
so
hit
many
dice
things
if you
happening.
wanted.
My brain is just
There's not really any reason. I mean, unless you
Yeah.
have another short rest.
Yeah.
I saw that. Like,
So maybe it would be
like,
worth
in the-
waiting. But
Like towards the middle. But
Oh, oops.
I was still just like,
You know.
I just want you to
After
know.
you,
Again, you're
just,
okay
like,
with
leave
going to
and then
Wakefield
go
first,
out
then?
and, like,
Yes, if an only possibility that she could be imitating Madonna.
If
Or
nothing else, it
at all
eliminates her.
connected.
as a final thought, because I think we could go. I think we're going to Sydney's place first. If we delay Rothastos, what is the worst that could happen that we know of? Like, really, it's just
Run away or prepare.
they
or
could run away or prepare, which, like, that would give us information in and of itself. And if Rothastos is really legitimately searching for his wife, all he'll do is spend some more time searching for her. And Ludona will do whatever the fucking hell Ludona
Let's also not
wants.
forget.
If we also give him time to search for his wife, and he potentially finds her, either in a compromising position,
That's more information as well.
more information as well. What if she is being held captive somewhere, and that's why her appearance is being used by somebody else?
Possibly.
I would like to.
Don't go too far into that theory, just because you don't want to assume that that's a theory.
I would-
It's a
I
theory.
would also
It's
like to
not
remind
a theory.
everyone that the real purpose behind all of this is these are rebels against the Empire. Let's keep that in mind. Let's think about what motivations people would have against the Empire as we're doing our investigations.
Let's start heading to Wakefield. Think on the go. Trust your tingle.
Wait, Peter Tingle.
So if we
Peter
do think
Tingle.
Ludona, or if it's somebody's personating Ludona,
I still kind of think it's Ludena myself.
They
I don't really
might
think
know.
so. You guys keep talking.
they might know that we're not actually with the Empire. Because Bale brought it up when we were targeting the werewolf. And if they were in
That's
the
what I
room-
mentioned last night. When,
You did what?
remember,
Oh,
I,
yeah, you were right.
I told you in Elvish last night, but
Did
You spoke
whisper
Elvish in front of a potentially elven woman who would also understand.
what's
It was just
Melissa's
you
not
and
Elvish.
Melissa.
No,
No.
to you. He spoke in
And-
common to the werewolf. He spoke in Elvish to you.
And Ludana's dark elven. And if she was eavesdropping,
Yeah, but if she already heard
I
it,
mean,
talk
she already
in
heard me
common-
say it once. It's repeating it to you wouldn't have made a difference. But
Ever heard what?
The him
When-
telling the werewolf
Yeah,
that.
we're not
Either
actually
way,
with the Empire.
again, me, Caleb, I don't think it's a bad
I
thing
d-
necessarily for the resistance against the Empire to find out that we're actually not with the Empire.
I
I
also
don't think that's a
wouldn't
bad thing.
assume that they heard you because presumably they were at the maximum range.
Yeah.
Like them not being at the maximum range would be stupid and pointless for them. Which also means like unless you were yelling it,
Yeah.
it's a large.
I
ballroom.
specifically went.
Yeah, I very specifically remember you leaning in and stuff.
So
Um,
if you do let that slide, if you do slip that somehow, it could potentially go in our favor.
oh, there was some kind of magical symbol or something that said, "We are not."
It's this.
actually."
Anyway, yeah, so we're heading to
So,
Wakefield
you
now.
guys are going to Wakefield? Okay. You say you say goodbye to Melissa.
for the last time.
Don't say that.
Am I that mean?
Stop.
Yes.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Children have died in this. I am that.
Yeah,
mean.
you're right. No, you made us kill children.
You made us kill children, so you are a terrible human being.
Okay, you guys, you say goodbye. Say you're gonna go off to your meetings. She understands. She knows that you have the meetings and everything.
There's a little bit of a spark between us when I
She,
turn
like-
my head.
she says, "I have tons of paperwork to deal with." And goes up to the study as you guys are leaving.
Before she leaves, I go, I apologize for the window.
What?
Not
She
to worry
just
about
waves
this
it
too.
away. It's like
I
there's
mean, the
plenty of
ballroom is
yeah, there's
fucked up too.
plenty of money that's going to need to be spent to get this banner back on its feet.
She told
Well,
you
it's one
she's
more
rich.
window.
Told you she
Don't.
wouldn't care.
So you guys
One-
leave.
Just smash all the windows.
You know the directions to the place you would have been given at or no. You start heading over to her estate, the Wakefield estate, and as you get there, you see as you get there, it's completely like fenced off around it, like as much as a medieval house can be fenced off. Her estate is smaller than both Ashcroft's and Hayward's, but also seems to be more well looked after. It has large gardens and green grassy lawns surrounding a Victorian era style manor house. You notice all of this from behind the locked gate. Because the gate is not open, even when you go like this on it. But as you do that, I'm glad you did that. Because it says, Anethra, do an Arcana check.
You know me
You
too
doing
well.
that would have been enough for you to be like, wait, I need to do an Arcana check.
I love
This
that
was
you know
fun.
me so well. Ooh, that's not good. 11.
Great.
So you can tell as you like pull on the gate. As you do it, you can just feel a little bit of ambient magic.
This is not opening by any non-magical means.
Can you dispel it?
I can't dispel magic. I don't have.
I mean, I can, Caleb says, but do we want to immediately come into this meeting dispelling the protections that are on our home? Do we
how-
want to make sure it's protections? Do we want to...
How do we
Is there a door?
alert them that we're here?
Just start yelling.
and as you, like, say that, someone's coming out.
Sick. Oh, I have to do his wife.
A servant, who is a younger human male, rushes to the gate to greet you. Doesn't introduce himself, he just says, "Good morning, how may I help you?"
We have a meeting. I presumed I was speaking, but
You're the speaker.
we have a meeting with Lady Wakefield today, who was arranged sort of last minute. I believe there was an arrangement between her and Elishor.
And as you say that, his eyes light up in recognition, and he waves his hand in a specific manner,
I memorized the manner. Direct passcode.
while mumbling something under his breath. You can't understand what he says.
Crouch, crouch.
And then the gates open. He says, "My apologies. Lady Sydney said that you'd be coming this afternoon. I must have misheard her."
No, you're correct, but it was again last minute rearrangement. I believe it was a deal. Maybe Lord Ralphastos did not alert her ahead of time, but that was what
We haven't received any missive, but that shouldn't be much of a problem.
If it is, bring it up with Ralphastos.
Of course. Come, let me lead you inside. And you guys like walk up the gravel path, go all the way up. Goes up some stone stairs, stone steps. And it's kind of like a raised manor house. Do I have a picture? I don't know if I have a picture.
Do I
It doesn't
have
matter. Once you get into the manor house properly, he like leads you in the doors. He leaves you in the foyer. It's a typical like mansion manor house with the big stairs and rooms off to the side. And he just says, "I'll be right back with the lady," and runs up the stairs.
Okay,
We
if
can
I have
autonomy,
their
right?
yeah.
So they
We're here for
potentially
brunch.
don't know. Does
At
that mean
least he
Ralphastos
doesn't
lied?
Because, right, the first person that we were going to meet with was
Ralphastos.
Rolfastos.
She was supposed to be at tea time.
We gotta just retrieve
So we
a
just-
certain message.
Swapped.
Basically, you swapped the two meetings, and we're saying
he
that like,
swapped it,
Yeah.
unless we were supposed
well, he
to
didn't
swap
necessarily swap it. He just said, "I will take her spot, but she will do me a favor, or she owes me a
that's right.
favor, and she
What
should be
kind
fine."
of
I think he says like
favor?
she should be fine with it or something. I don't remember what he said. Are you guys gonna discuss anything while you wait?
it. No, he doesn't say that she'll be fine with it. He just says she owes me a favor anyway.
Well, if she'll be angry, she'll be angry with him. And he might be dead tomorrow. Who knows?
Just to make sure, are you guys discussing anything before?
We're talking in hushed voices.
We're just going to ask about the dark magic first.
I just get a megaphone to start talking to it.
Black
Hey!
magic and colors.
Perhaps I could ask. We could ask her if she knows any magic. If maybe she could help us disguise ourselves, and maybe give away if she has that capability or not. Just a thought. I'm ready.
You guys discuss that. A few minutes later, Lady Wakefield descends the stairs in what is very obviously, very clearly, a post-sex state. She is only clothed in a sheer nightgown, which she finishes tying around her waist as she starts to descend the stairs.
What's the expression on her
Nothing
face?
is left to the imagination at all. Imagine that, but with no clothes on.
You did it. You did it.
She's followed by her
Too bad
servant.
I wasn't with you.
When she sees you at the bottom, she turns to the servant and places a hand on his cheek and says, "Thomas, my dear, please go get some drinks and snacks for our guests."
It's one of those kind of houses.
He
Everyone's
blushes.
having success.
When do we do the initiation?
He blushes and runs off down to the kitchens.
I hope we didn't interrupt anything. Feel free to continue. Maybe we could help out with anything.
And she just
I don't actually say that.
she just literally like just doesn't care at all.
Yeah,
She is very like uncaring about our appearance, and she says, "I wasn't expecting you to this afternoon. Come and let's go have a talk." And she leads you into the sitting room off to the side, which is like, it is the sitting room. I wrote it down. I just forgot it earlier.
Well,
Leads you into the sitting room, which is like, yeah, like in to the left, to her down to the right.
I'm under the impression that Ralphastos didn't inform you of,
Inform me about something.
Should I give her the whole thing?
I would hold off on why.
Ralphastos, said that he would be trading his, meeting slot for...
Why ever would he do that? I mean, I don't.
You owe him a favor?
Yes, I guess I do. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. Did he say what?
Something happening at home.
You can do you.
There are some matters. There's some things going on at home. I'll leave it some marital trouble, but I did want to pry.
She is completely unsurprised.
I want to do like some sort of insight on her appearance if I can.
Yeah.
Because if she were impersonating Ludelna and then rushed home, this could be a perfect cover for that. So I just want to like
do an insight check to make sure it is a post-sex state.
Are her nipples still hard?
Are her nipples still hard? Is her lower regions
inside her.
Oh, gross!
How musty does she smell?
You can't.
Right up close and personal.
Seems like
I get
post-sex
distracted.
state.
I don't know.
Can I just...
Like before she appeared,
I give her a hug.
she was clearly like huffing, like she was clearly
Yeah.
open-chested. Around her servant, even like.
Yeah.
I'll ask if she's. Try to smell her and see if she smells like sweat and sex.
Well, I mean,
I'm
it's not
sorry.
sweat anyway.
Do an insight check.
Is it sex sweat or running sweat?
Yeah, that's the real
This
question.
is genuinely not a terrible idea because it could be a really
Okay.
fucking good cover.
Is it sex sweat or is it spreading sweat? Insight 15.
It is definitely sex.
I smell semen.
Speaking of semen. I'm just kidding.
That's
Speaking
right,
of
immediately.
semen,
I don't like
after a couple minutes have passed and small talk, conversations happened. Someone else enters the room, and you can immediately tell that it's Trevin Dorius, the guy that she's courting, who is also very clearly messy haired and messy clothes.
Does he smell like sex too?
Yes. He walks up to Lady Wakefield and like says, "I'll just be leaving."
No,
Hello."
actually, well, I'm glad you're here. We have things to discuss, I think, with both of you.
If that's
Both
alright
of
with
us.
you, Lady Wakefield.
I mean, I don't really care, Trevin. He's like, I really need to be getting back to my shop.
It'll be short for you then.
If you're sure.
You can last another 30 seconds.
He
Don't get wrong.
wait, don't get started on sex jokes right now. He walks up to Sydney and like kisses her on the cheek and is like, "What do you want?"
I'm going to look again and be like, could you inspect something for us?
What? Collar.
Sorry, I'm
The collar is from Draco. The collar.
I'm sorry. This is a weird situation.
Gan is just so awkward, he's just like,
You are not awkward. Your character is not this awkward. Role play your character.
Yes, pulls out the collar.
that was amazing.
You were so straight faced.
How did you do it? What did you say?
He like went for like, "Wah," to yes. It's like,
Pulls out the collar.
And then goes back to laughing.
He grabs it and looks at it, and his eyes kind of like light up with a little bit of magic because he's casting detect magic.
Do you recognize this in any way?
I have never seen this before in my life.
Inside.
Have you seen any portraits
Do an insight
of this
check.
at all? The writing.
I mean, the
gem.
writing is clearly enchanting, like glyphs used in enchanting, runic language used in enchanting.
11.
What about the gem?
Oh.
He's never seen it before.
And do you know of anyone who might have the capabilities within this town of creating such a device?
Do an insight check. And then get your phone ready.
Caleb, no.
It's a 4!
No! Oh, nope, you don't notice anything.
Look how close that was to a 20.
Wait. Hold on. I'm gonna do something slightly different. I'm gonna do deception. What is everyone's passive insight?
Passive insight, I can rely on that. 12.
11.
Dead!
Wait, yeah.
I'm at oblivious.
16.
You see his eyes flicker to Sydney. Very, 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 very fucking briefly. And he's like, no, I don't know anyone.
I call bullshit.
Do you visibly and audibly call bullshit?
I say...
He starts, like, perspiring a little bit, as in, like,
Not sexual.
he's already sweaty, but he's like, slightly
You can
more
see like
sweaty.
beads of sweat.
This is nervous sweat, not sex sweat.
Gross.
Differentiating all the different types of sweat.
Yeah.
He says, if you have any more questions, you can come by my shop. And then he kisses Sydney on the cheek and leaves the room.
Can I wait before he leaves? Can I like extend my sword out and like put it basically?
Are you going to?
Okay, maybe not the sword, but I'll like, come up on him and like basically stop him in his tracks and say,
In the name of the Empire, halt!
I'll just stop him and be like, no, you know something.
I don't know anything. I've never seen this before in my life. Do another insight check.
Stressing me fuck out, guys.
Was the chase scene not enough for you?
No. That was...
Oh, fuck me.
thank me.
Insight?
If you ask her nicely, I'm sure.
That's a 12.
He's failing his deception check and just he's not trying to be deceptive at all.
Okay.
And Sydney's like, are you here to question me or are you here to question my boyfriend? And now she's slightly agitated a little bit.
My
You're right.
apologies, nice letter. But
So-
I say like very like somewhat stern and slightly aggressive, but only like slightly.
We're
slightly.
here to get to the bottom of
He's
all
not the
of
highest
this.
passive perception.
I got a 14. I think he or...
I think Rudolph might.
Right.
Yeah,
What's
I
the perception?
have 14.
15?
Yeah, you just very briefly hear her whisper. Just this fucking idiot.
Do we know who that's like?
At
It is dark.
her boyfriend.
I will say...
Double bullshit.
I would say, obviously we're here to investigate all avenues to find any information we can. And since he's an expert, as you've said yourself,
I mean, he'll always be there to be questioned. It's, if you need a question.
it was just a convenience since he was here. But since you bring it up, we do want to ask you as well, what else do you know about who could have possibly made these? This gem, this enchantment?
Before she answers, Thomas walks back into the sitting room.
Oh, is he still blushing?
Not right now, but
Is that empty?
he's got a platter, a large platter with 2 hands. He's carrying it, full of fine cheeses, biscuits, and fruits and crackers and stuff like that.
Cheese.
He comes up right next to, like, on the table, puts it on the table. Sydney is literally right next to him, and he says, "I'll be right back with the wine." But before he can leave, Sydney grabs his hand and stops him, and says, she's like, not absent-minded, but also not super caring about where your conversation's going with her. So she's like, "Thomas dear, how is your lady love doing? What was her name again?" And he now he blushes. Because he says, "Her name is Dalen, my lady, and she's doing wonderful. We're meeting for dinner tonight, actually, as long as you don't need me, that is." He finishes in a rush. And she says, "No, of course that's fine. I love Dalen. I have welcomed her into my home and she is amazing. I think she's perfect for you." And then he says, "I'll just go get the wine," and blushes and excuses himself. And now she kind of rolls her eyes and says, turning back to you, "Young Thomas has been courting a woman for the better part of a year now and is completely taken with her." She grabs a grape off the platter, puts it in her mouth, chews it. She's musing. Though I'm not sure how well that's going to work out, considering he's a commoner and she's a dark elf. And she kind of is absent-minded. For a second, she's just lost in thought. And then she starts regaining her thoughts and looks at you and is like, "Forgive me, I didn't mean anything against dark elves."
I just wave it off.
He's a fucking nit.
What the fuck?
But
She sounds super fucking
she looks
racist.
harder at you. Looks at you up and down slightly, very briefly,
Is your brain hurting?
I'm just gonna cut in.
smirking knowingly,
I'm just gonna cut in and say,
before she looks off to the side and puts another grape into her mouth as she finishes it, saying, "It's just, I've met her brother before in passing once, you see. I don't even think they noticed me, but from what little I could tell, he seems a little overprotective."
Do you remember his name?
Dalen's.
I don't think I heard his name.
Dalen's.
Dalen has a brother. That's what she said.
Dalen. Daellun.
Oh, I spelled it so wrong.
Spelling
Did you spell down?
Daellun. And she goes, sorry, what? She's like off in her world.
Yeah.
She's not really caring about what you're saying. But she said, what did you say again?
The gems, the enchantments.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't recognize them.
She paused. Hesitation.
We
Inside.
okay. Really quickly, do I get a vibe that I'm okay with sharing basically everything at this point about Lothasos that we suspect, or should I keep that a lid on that?
It's a 9.
I am not super ready to just drop everything that we have. I want to hold some cards.
Yeah, I don't know. She seems a bit.
I do not
suspicious
like.
right now.
I
Okay,
do not
this
like.
is what
I'm
I'll
not
The way
gonna.
they're acting.
I'll say
She's like, okay, how can I help with the investigation? What do you need from me?
well.
Because
We're obviously going up against mages.
Okay.
We would like anything that you have to help us against such things. People who can create this, obviously we want an idea of their capabilities. We want an idea if you have any idea, heard any rumors at all about someone who's capable of this. Anything at all will help.
I don't think I can help you with that.
Can't because you don't have the ability, or can't because something is preventing you.
And she sighs. Is this because of my family's history?
I would like,
You gotta remember, she doesn't know that your inside checks told you something at the
Yeah.
dinner.
I'm gonna feel a little bit of guilt, and I'm gonna say I would like to make one thing clear, at least on my part. You are not high on my list of suspicion right now, despite what the rumors say about you. I'm coming to you for help, not for an accusation.
For help. And she's actually just gonna sit there and think for a couple of minutes, deciding, contemplating where she's gonna go with it.
I'm gonna look at the platter and just not really take anything yet. But just
She's absent-minded, grabbing grapes as she's thinking.
I'll grab a cheese and put it in my tongue.
just let it all melty and
It's a very
sweaty in
expensive
there.
cheese.
It tastes good on the next dinner.
And she says, okay. And then she is confused and thinking and remembering and looking off to the side. And it's like, Thomas should have been back with the drinks by now. Thomas, my dear! She calls out.
Just gonna pull back my cloak a little bit, my hand on my quiver.
No response. Thomas? And so she excuses herself and says, she doesn't actually say anything. She fast walks out of the room, heading towards the kitchens, which you saw Thomas walking to when you were out the foyer.
Do we follow her?
What do you do?
If something's wrong with Thomas, then obviously something could be wrong with her.
You have 10 in-game seconds to decide before something happens.
Not
Not necessarily bad. I'm not saying on the windows are going to
I'm gonna
explode.
sneak to try to follow her so that she doesn't.
Are you going to follow her?
Yeah.
I'm loud as fuck, so I
I'll sneak follow as well.
I'll stay here.
You start following her. You go out of the thing, back into the foyer, the stairs. It's honestly, it's got a similar layout to Gareth's, Lord Hayward's estate, just slightly smaller, with the whole stairs going up, kitchen going down into the basement type of thing. And so you walk out to the foyer, turn left, and before you can get to the stairs, there's a scream
Of her?
of her.
Okay, I'm gonna run now.
Yeah, I don't know.
okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna get as soon as I hear the screen. I'm gonna.
It was me screaming. That's.
So you all go.
Girl.
You two are lagging behind. Caitlin's lagging behind as well because you guys run first. You run down. There's a stone hallway. That's like a basement hallway kind of thing with a few doors, but clearly the kitchen is right here. And you look in, there's blood everywhere.
Is her head exploded?
Pouring out of the very clearly dead body of Thomas on the ground.
Okay. Like, where was the wound? Like, what?
There's 3 stab wounds.
Very
in his
protective
chest.
brother. So is this a fourth crow, or is this the same sister? I presume it's a fourth.
No comment about that.
We're assuming they're crows, right?
I mean, there aren't many that are made
She
dark elves, so she
is-
felt compelled to bring that up.
So yeah, the body is just completely bleeding out. 3 larger stab wounds in the stomach. 1's in the heart, 2 are in the chest.
Efficient or effective.
She's kneeling next to the body, cradling his head. And she's not like sobbing, but you can tell she's actually pretty emotional.
Yeah.
She's pretty choked up. And says, "Oh, Thomas." And then she's just sitting there in shock. And you're gonna go to break. Thomas is bleeding out on the floor with 3 stab wounds that do not look 100% normal.
What?
As in, they're not just stab wounds. You have plenty of experience with stabbing people.
I do.
And you can be like, wait a second, it doesn't look 100% like a normal stab wound. Something about it looks different.
Can I inspect the stab wounds?
Yes. Just
That's
do a medicine check. This
Ooh,
does not happen very often.
medicine I'm good at that.
Medicine checks very rarely happen.
That's a 10.
That is enough for you to tell that whatever was used to stab this person had some kind of necrotic thing on the weapon. There is necrosis, whatever it is, spreading around the wound.
Did I do a medicine check then?
You could do... I mean, you could do an Arcana check.
Wait, sorry, is he dead or is he bleeding?
Oh,
out?
he's 100% dead.
Okay.
He's dead and the blood just keeps going.
It won't stop.
If you actually... Even with a 10... someone else want to do a medicine check?
Yeah.
Do a medicine check. Just...
Dude, I specialize in necrosis. Apparently I don't specialize in necrosis. Let me check.
Alright, well, I'll voice it being saying that it seems that
That's 7.
that the wounds are covered in necrotic magic.
I think a 10 would still be enough, though. Like, you can tell that the stabs are literally straight through the body.
All the way through?
All the way through the body.
That's actually
Which is why he's just kind of bleeding out everywhere. It's not anything holding the blood into his body. It's 3 giant necrotic stab wounds.
So, like, I
Have
could
we-
literally just lift him up and see, like, it go through.
Trying to make a connection back to Ulysses. Is that kind of thing that he used?
You guys didn't inspect it.
Hey, Kaylin, how are you?
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you heal Kaylin?
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you were healing. Because you were holding in.
Do a retroactive perception check.
Boo. Retroactive?
As in, for an event that happened 4 sessions ago.
30-20.
They look like the same stab wounds.
So this is the other assassin with Ulysses now.
Good to know. So,
You have
So
never...
it's like, maybe it's like a family
If
thing.
you
that
all
some
look
kind
at
of
it, you don't even
like-
have to do a perception check. You've never really seen anything like this before.
Um,
You've have, but I mean, like before that, you hadn't seen anything like it before. No, you haven't. Very specifically, where are we? Where did I go? Crap. Okay, you guys are inspecting. She's in shock for that whole time that you're inspecting. before she whispers to herself, but how did they get in? Because there is protection spells on the perimeter.
Could they have followed us then?
Would you know if they were still here? Because there ways to know.
Not specific.
I turn to Anethra and say, try using detect magic. See if maybe someone's around invisible.
What's the
I'm
range?
gonna pull out my bow and string it.
What's
right
the
now.
range in detect magic? That's very important.
I'm gonna have to put my hand
30
on my
feet.
gun and just kind of be.
Yeah.
How
So,
far can I do
30
my
feet.
thing?
I would say 60 feet. We're gonna write that down just in case I forget. His key sensing thingy, and it's only on people. You can't do it on magic items unless, for some reason or somehow, the magic items are infused with key, which is
Casting
rare.
detect magic.
Okay. Did you expect the spot? Within 30 feet, there is nothing in this kitchen that is magical.
I don't notice anything.
Because this is not going to come up later, I'm going to bring something out now.
You like move around.
It's not important.
Oh yeah, because it lasts like 10 minutes, right?
Last 10 minutes, yeah.
So you could like run around the house.
But I made this, and it's going to go to waste if I don't show it.
This is the cellar.
That's the kitchen.
You made
That's
that?
adorable.
I bought the parts for it.
I have 10 minutes of this.
Yep.
And I like move about the room, move down the hallway.
If you want to.
So since
But
she
she's
didn't-
thinking, and she's like, she's like almost worried. How did they get in?
So now that she
You know who
didn't
did
detect
this.
anyone, I want to do my key thing.
Okay.
How would I
It was wisdom.
It was basically a perception check, right?
Yeah, it is. But do a perception check. Just wait.
Right? Because you said
It's wisdom plus proficient. Are you
If you're
proficient in
proficient-
wisdom? No, you're proficient in perception.
Yes.
And you're not expertise in perception. So your perception is plus 4.
Yes.
Okay. So for future reference, your sensing thing will be perception. So do perception.
Yeah, I asked you, do you know who did this?
Dirty 20.
Not within 60 feet.
Within 60 feet.
60
I think he knows.
Hold on. How far is 60 feet?
60 feet.
I'm trying to think of like
10 squares.
it's 12 feet. No, not within 60 feet. But then she visibly realizes something. And it all comes together in her mind. You can see the light bulb go off. It's literally visible above her head almost. And then she rushes off. Down to the kitchen, further into the...
Did she run into me?
Well, where are you standing? Are you
I
standing in the doorway?
was going down I have 10 minutes, so I was going about trying to like...
Where? In the room?
No,
Around
down like the hallway towards our like...
She
meeting
rushes past you if you're in the hallway.
I'm gonna
Bitch.
chase her. I'm gonna
Yeah,
chase her.
Yeah, let's just go.
She goes past the wine cellar. She goes past an old cell block.
Old part of the house.
Old part of the house. And then goes into what looked like a storage room to you guys. Nothing else. But she said she heads straight for a spot on the floor that you can't immediately tell anything different from. She looks at something on the floor in front of her, which you can't see because she's in front of it, and says, "Damn it." Then she lifts up a trapdoor, and the illusion that was there, because it looked like stone, breaks, and it's a wooden trapdoor. And as she lifts it up, you can see the whole "damn it" thing was the lock that was on there is broken. And she jumps down.
I
Let's go.
follow. I'm gonna like give a look to everyone and just, like.
Who's going first? This is not super
I
relevant.
guess I'm
is it?
going first.
You
I
go
should
first.
probably stay in front though because
You going next?
No.
Who's
no.
going next? You
No.
going
I'll
next?
go next.
I can go.
Next.
Then we go after
Yep.
you. I should probably-
Yeah, go after me.
Then Caleb will go last.
I hate this so much, guys. I'm
And what you
stressed.
jump down into
is a pit of sand.
an alchemy lab. There are chemicals and vials and books and potions and trinkets adorning the walls, adorning the shelves. There's a desk covered in trinkets and papers. But she is busying herself with a safe in the corner of the room. A safe that is unlocked. She pulls the door open and exclaims in anger, "That fucking bitch."
Ludona, right?
Do you
Just
say
give us a
that?
name. Just give us a name.
And she is in visible anger. She stands up and is fucking furious. Just kind of walking in the spot. Anger for a second. And then she looks at you and says, where is it? Hold on.
I have a question.
The only person who had access to my manor at any point recently, besides Thomas, is Dalen, who I gave permission to 3 days ago.
Permission
Thomas
is
is-
like she can enter the
Like
premises.
she can enter the premises.
Jalen, who is a
Dark elf.
Permission to get in
Probably
is
Like
teaching her the
Yeah.
sign and the words.
So she could have either done it or shown someone else.
Okay, hey, I have a question because my concentration.
What? Sorry, go ahead.
My thing lasts 10 minutes. While we're in this alchemy lab, my detect magic.
Before you even jump down,
It's
you've
like
just
rainbow
seen magic
colours.
everywhere.
It's like blinding.
No, literally, you flinch because it's so blinding.
So she's a lying bitch.
You've walked into a magic shop before, and it's slightly more than that.
I'm gonna say to Sydney, what did she take?
You guys see me over in the
As
corner,
she looks
just
at
like,
you,
"Ah!"
you can turn it off.
She doesn't know that yet.
But literally, you see every single school of magic somewhere. Like it's
You see colors you didn't think were possible.
yeah.
My eyes! It's like in an Indiana Jones,
actually
where it's
true.
like so much knowledge.
And she looks at you, every single one of you, including Kaylin, and just like judges you for a second, thinking, deciding. And she says, "It was a ring. A ring with a connection to the elemental plane of fire.
Why are you smirking?
Why do you think I'm fire?
I'm fire, bitch!
She starts ranting almost. Like she's saying this like in a rant almost. And says, I bought it off a man, a dark elf. And then she looks at Belle very hard. And says, a few years ago, along with a small bag of spherical red gems. She grabs one, shows it to you. There's just a few on the desk. Grabs one, shows it to you. No check needed, it's identical to the one in the cards.
My God!
He apparently found the ring while adventuring in the Cinderwood Grove, all the way over in the wildlands on the other side of the continent. So, this has not been discussed since session 1 in the recap. But this continent is made up of 2/3 civilization on the right, 1/3 civilization on the rest, 1/3 wildlands on the rest. There are still civilizations there, but it's not civilized. It's not like built up. It's kind of like
Camps.
wasteland almost. Like it's not civilized in the sense that like it's mostly mountains and deserts and just horrid rainy weather, stormy weather, all the kinds of like natural disasters almost. Like it's just wildlands. It's crazy place over there. All the way over the wildlands on the other side of the continent, and I've been studying it ever since. She's still ranting because she's just expelling her thoughts now. Somehow rumors circulated that a powerful noble female in Ravenhold had it. She suspects that the seller told someone and it spread from there. The only person that has ever asked about the rumor was Ludona about 2 months into her marriage to Elishor.
So a few months ago, like not a full year ago then.
She asked if I knew anything and I said no.
So if you're related.
And she looks at each of you, calms down slightly, and says, I'm not evil. I'm not dark. I just like studying forbidden magics. Yes, I'm fucking obviously studying dark magic. Yes, I'm a mage. In particular, I just study powerful magical items. My studies eventually led to me learning enchanting and making enchanted items that she sells in Trevin Dorius's shop.
She makes the shit that goes in the
Um,
shop.
Sorry,
As
keep-
part of her studies, she learns the Elvish runic language used in enchanting, which is how I knew what the runic words you mentioned at the meeting were. That, as she pauses, and I was commissioned to make the collars.
By. Say the name.
Say it.
I guess we already know the down piece.
Well, yeah. We just need a confirmation.
I had no idea what they'd be used for. Not specifically. They're not specifically werewolf collars if you paid attention to them at all.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to do an inside check. She's very honest, so she had no idea what they were for. I was commissioned anonymously to make them and paid an exceedingly large sum. Like an absurdly large number. The sum was so high that she suspects only one of the council members could have paid it. Though she is genuinely not 100% sure who. She has two suspicions.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you meant only one of them could have been able to do it. I was going to say
Ashcroft.
Ashcroft.
Had
But yeah,
plus
okay.
money.
If it, got it. Only someone of the council members.
She's honestly not sure who. She has her suspicions. And as wait, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
Oh.
No, it's important. Say it.
So, thinking back, did she mention that she saw Thomas's girlfriend?
What do you mean?
Like did she?
Oh, she had seen her before.
She
and met
has.
her.
I met her. Okay. Can I ask her then? By chance, what did she say her name was?
Dalen.
Damon?
Dalen.
Nice.
Spelled slightly strangely.
Okay. Can I ask her then? By chance, do you thinking about it, like focusing on it? By chance, does Dalen have any resemblance to Ladonna?
Not that I saw her. But magic can do many things. And she's thinking now. And says, I have my suspicions, but I don't understand. And she looks at you
I was going to ask a question.
and says, well, no, ask a question.
Well, it's going to be relevant later, I think, but I'll wait.
Okay. You can message it to me if you want.
Yeah, that's it.
And she looks at you and says, who do you think is responsible?
Who do I think is responsible for all of this?
For the werewolves? For the children? I just made the collars and sold them anonymously.
I want to say it's Ludell and perhaps the rest of the Rothascos, but I'm not certain.
Wait, what did the color say again? So she would have known what the,
Like control
what the,
and like
what these said.
Fear,
yeah.
hunger.
How
That didn't
much?
raise any red flags.
How long ago did she allow Dalen?
That's my question. When was the last time you saw the ring? You knew that it was safe in your
Yeah.
so.
Like when did you first give Dalen access to her?
3 days ago.
Okay.
What was happening for 3 years? You know?
We haven't been quite in town yet.
3 days
long.
ago.
You have now, technically. You arrived 3 days ago, if I want to. It is, that's a good point. It's Tuesday. You arrived on Saturday.
And when
Yeah,
was it
so-
that we got ambushed by the direwolves?
Would have been the day before, right? Or 2 days
Not the
before?
day before. It was the night before, I think. Yeah, so it was the night before.
And did she say when she was making these collars? A couple years ago, probably.
Oh, no, she only started making them recently.
Okay.
I'm going to send you a question I'm going to ask, but it's going to be like, as I'm leaving kind of thing. And like just kind of...
Yeah.
Throwing it in there.
So that means. So the collars, if she just started making them, then they were just a recent thing with the werewolves? Or they
Well,
had
so the
someone
whole
else?
werewolf thing was happening for a while.
Yeah, because Hugo was
So
gone.
I ask you a question. Why do you think Ladonna is responsible for the werewolves?
We have a couple of things that point us at least in her direction. I'm just going to spill all the beans at this point.
I think might as well.
Okay.
Either we fight her now and she's evil or she's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're just stuck in a small
We-
enclosed space with her. It's fine.
Fireball.
But all of us.
I don't care how many people are in the room.
It's
I
fine.
cast fireball.
Just grab things off the wall and use it against her.
You can tell her first. We know that someone in the Council of
of
Five,
Five.
basically, most likely, is behind the werewolf attacks. Because we came across another Dark Elf assassin that tried to kill us on our way here. Perhaps you heard about that. There were two among them. One of them, a sister, whom we didn't see, but shares a resemblance to Ludelna. After that, we were ambushed by other werewolves. Again, this is our story that you told before. We're wearing these collars. Children from your town that knew we were going to be coming. We also know that there was a high elf lady that was perhaps involved with the creation of these collars. Again, bringing us back to perhaps North Astos. What else am I missing?
I mentioned that Hugo saw.
Oh,
a
a
high elf lady.
So potentially Profastos as well.
What else? Am I missing?
Wait, you did
I-
mention that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in
Okay,
the
what-
sorry,
room.
like that.
But what would she have to gain? What would Ludelna?
I don't know.
This
What,
random dark elf that appeared a year ago.
this has been going on longer than a year, right? The werewolves.
I think Kaylin would know. Kaylin would know the answer.
In some capacity, yes.
That's true. We don't necessarily. How long have you been making these collars?
Just a few months.
A few months. So it could very well be her. The other thing, though, is that the main reason we're here, as you remember, perhaps or not, we're here because specifically these organized werewolves are attacking, targeting the Empire. They're a resistance against the Empire. Perhaps she has some motives. If our theories are correct, she's part of the Crow family, which are criminals. Perhaps she was hired by someone else, I don't know.
She recognizes the name, but not like in any kind of capacity other than she's heard of it past.
Yeah.
See, my thought is, what if the entire reason that Ludelna was even here, was even married, was even impersonating Thomas's love interest? If that's what happened.
Maybe Dalen?
No.
Dalen, yeah.
You said Dalen.
Ludelna would be
No.
impersonating Dalen.
So maybe Dalen is just a fake. And
Not even like oh.
Yeah, because he said he was courting. She said he was courting him for about a year, or about the time when
This
she
all
showed
happened
up.
about a year ago. What if the entire reason she was here was to get my ring? I don't know why.
I'm gonna like stand up and be like, we need to go to the North Astos home now.
Okay. Two questions. First question. There was a ring. What the two things that were stolen? Or was it just the ring?
No, it's just the ring was stolen.
Just the ring that was stolen? Okay. I might regret this, but I okay.
I love when things start with that.
We are in a small room.
Fireball.
I guess I wrong. No. I, in all of my noble clothes, I am going to, with a solemn face, I am going to reach into my bag of holding, and I'm going to pull out my sword,
Okay.
and I'm going to assume it's not a huge room.
No, it's not that big.
Okay.
Chop her head.
It's
I'm
maybe
go-
twice as big as that.
I'm going to take a couple steps towards Lady Wakefield, and I'm going to hold the sword just right up. And I want there's like black. My eyes are black, and there's just sparks of void just emanating from me. I'm fucking pissed.
Do an intimidation check.
Okay. Okay. You're making me so nervous. Ah!
You're making yourself nervous.
Dirty 20. And I'm going to hold it to her throat. And I'm just going to say, in this guttural, it's coming from the deepest part of me, I'm going to say, if I find out you had any fucking part of these children's deaths, you will be begging me to end you.
She calmly says, I believe you. Calmly, because she also goes on and says, who do you think was the main one investigating the disappearances of the children?
Was by your cards.
Yeah, outside the
That's
guards
the
range.
question. The slums.
I'm
I've
just
known
gonna.
about the disappearing children for not years, but a while.
I'm just gonna. If I find out, I'm just gonna put the sword down. I'm gonna sheath it. I'm not even hiding it at this point.
She raises one eyebrow, cocks an eyebrow, and says, "Interesting sword."
Listen, there's many things under my initial things.
I think you're missing a point. I did this anonymously because I have a passion and a love for enchanting and making magic items. Yes, I was stupid. And I should have known something else was going on with these collars. Control, anger, hunger,
Did you think?
but I had no idea.
Did you think we were training fucking dogs?
Yes.
Very, very, very.
Yes.
Well, I hope your passion was worth it, because the children's blood has turned your soul crimson.
And I just want to go.
Do you not want to get my suspicions?
No, I don't. I'm fucking done. I do not want to be around her.
No, that's fine. You can leave.
I was like getting ready to leave when this all happened. I'm just standing and I'm like, oh, you have something? Yes.
You done?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes. No. There's like black, just void, just
I'm just gonna like
crackling.
let you walk by.
Just like if it was steam, it's just crackling off of
Her
me.
light bulb moment earlier, when she realized and everything fell into place with like a natural 20 going off in her head, of her realizing that's the entire reason Ladonna was even here. Because metagaming, the item was a legendary item. As in, very, very, very fucking rare and expensive. Like, all of your magic items are uncommon magic items, maybe rare.
I don't care to hear what this bitch has to
You're
say.
not in the room, so you
I
can't say
know.
anything.
I'm standing above the broom, I'm assuming. They're down below me.
It's a stone floor.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna keep walking?
No, I'm standing above the room.
Okay.
I would like to do it.
She says, I think you're slightly overthinking it. Sometimes the most obvious answers are the right answers. My suspicions lay with either Lionel or Gareth.
Didn't want you to say that.
Why didn't you want me to say that?
Because those are the two families that hunt werewolves and hunt wolves.
Lionel.
If I had to guess between the two of them, Lionel's Blackburn, right?
Lionel Blackman.
I would say Blackburn.
My reasons, she says, for suspecting Lionel, despite his apparent hate for werewolves at the ball, is because his father. I think there was more to what happened with his father. We don't know what happened. We don't know the specifics. All I know is that he died 4 months ago, and then a week later I was commissioned to make collars. Could it be a coincidence? I have no idea. With Gareth, I think it's relatively obvious. His family loves hunting, loves werewolves, loves hunting werewolves. And because the collars themselves were provided to me
By his leather,
by the anonymous person that commissioned the collars. I'm not an idiot. I recognize the collars. They're clearly ones sold by Hayward in his store. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Anyone could purchase collars. But it's a little suspicious. The only thing that confuses me about that is that when I met with a person for the job, because I did meet someone, they were very clearly female. They sounded younger, but it was very immediately obvious that they were using some kind of magic to mask their appearance.
Illusion magic, which was in the Hayward house. Wolf on the wall.
necromancy.
It was necromancy and
Transmutation.
transmutation.
Transportation.
But wizards can use multiple forms of.
Yeah.
I don't think it was some male disguising himself as a female. It was quite clearly female. But other than that, I don't really know. And based on what I know about Gareth, and she kind of almost smiles fondly, I don't think it's him.
Yeah. Well, it's time for lunch. Let's go meet the Blackburns.
Your insight's highest. You can tell based on what she's saying about Gareth, there might be a tiny bit of bias there. Because they might have hooked up at one point.
I mean,
They're
both horny bastards. They might as well.
That was like the least likely person we thought.
Right?
If it is the Blackburn, I have a theory. Outside here.
So it was his mom that randomly mysteriously died 20 years ago.
Lionel's mother mysteriously died 20 years ago. Almost 20 years ago, I think. Yeah, almost 20 years ago.
So when he was like a baby.
And the rumored, he was, I think he's 24, he's probably 5. Rumored affair with Sydney almost 20 years ago.
Well, I'm just gonna like.
Lionel's father.
This city has so many secrets.
It has problems.
This entire city must be purged.
I'm down.
With the holy fire.
Okay, Lich King.
Yeah.
That's probably Donald's plan.
Ooh. I'm ready to go. We need to figure this out.
Yeah.
Let's at least clear Blackbird of any suspicion or life, if needed. I'm ready to go if anyone else.
I don't think there's much else to do.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm just gonna like gesture everyone to leave, and then I'll follow up the rear. And then I want to ask her a question.
Oh yeah, you want to ask that question?
And then possibly a follow-up question for you as a DM.
She says I don't know what the name was.
Oh, dang
He didn't give me a name. And she leans down and whispers something to you.
Did you message me? Is that?
Yeah.
She says, I love you.
I almost messaged that to Rodrigo.
I don't mind. I can just show it to him. This is giving so much.
So, okay, the woman that she met with, she thinks it was she doesn't think it was a man portraying a woman. She thinks it was a woman.
Just using some sort of illusion magic still, but...
And she obviously thinks Ludana was Daylin.
Yeah, so she thinks Ludana was Daylin.
Blackburn's mother died 20 years ago mysteriously. What if she didn't die? I don't know, I'm just throwing up random stuff now.
What if
So,
it is
like,
Ludana?
what would have happened to her then?
She's playing like 3 different people.
I don't know.
Well, but like, what would be the
And,
point
like,
of being her mom for
the father, Blackburn's father, died during a werewolf hunt, probably testing these like some sort of this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it really was a werewolf thing, but it was because they were trying to pull shit off with the collars or something. Or no, because that was... When did he die again?
He died 4 months ago. The collars were commissioned
a
like a week
after
later.
he died.
Okay. So, that's when they're trying to get control. Werewolf kills him. He's like, we need to control this more. Make the collars.
What are
Okay,
you guys
well,
doing? You guys are leaving.
Yeah, let's go to Blackburn.
Okay.
But, so, my understanding is Ludelna probably has this ring and disappeared. She's not involved in this anymore. Is that
she
our...
came what she got. She got what she came for. So there's no point in her staying, so she left. That's why she's missing. And
Presumably, if the ring is as rare as Sydney implied, it would be worth a year-long con for.
Yeah.
Like, legendary items in D&D are like level 20 items. There's not items that you guys would ever have.
Like, you'd sell a kingdom for that kind of
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna head to Blackburn then.
Yep.
My understanding is correct.
It's lunchtime. It's just after midday-ish. You haven't been to his manor, right?
Not yet.
It's similar in size to Sydney's. Nothing too particular. It's definitely not as well kept. Doesn't seem to care too much about that aspect of it. Go up to the door.
I have my fire knives ready.
You knock on the door.
I'm gonna sword goes in the bag of holding.
And a minute or so later, the door opens.
How rude am I allowed to be right now? We don't know for sure technically, but
Is it? Oh, there's no picture for her. Is that?
What are you looking for?
Is it her? Yeah, no, it is her. Blackburn's person that he's courting
Oh.
answers the door. Excitedly, it says, "It's so good to see you. Come in, come in.
hope we're not too early for lunch."
No, you're just on time. It's getting ready to come out now."
Perfect. I'm very looking forward to speaking with Lord Blackfang.
Of course. We'll be down in just a minute. In the meantime, let me show you in here. And it's kind of just pointing to the same kind of side room.
Yeah.
All the manors in my head have the same layout, roughly, to make it
It's the
easy.
same house over and over again.
They all use the same blueprints. Leads you into it. And it's kind of set up more like Hayward's room, and it's got more like trinkets and stuff. But it's like all weapons. He has weapons and weapons and weapons along every wall.
Just trying not to be poked by a sword here.
It's like they're all on display, but it's basically an armory.
I see he's...
Do people want to do perception checks? Maybe?
Sure.
I think my
Let's
perception's
do
pretty
one.
high.
It doesn't have to be like... This isn't super important, so it doesn't matter if you're the best at perception or anything.
23.
that's an 8.
Okay,
Oh, sorry, that's 22 actually.
you can immediately see just one of the swords on the wall is the one that he used to pull. It's cleaned now, but it was not cleaned last night. Obviously. It was not cleaned last night, obviously. You kind of admiring the weapons a little bit, just chilling. She walked off. Just said, Lord Blackburn will be here momentarily. Momentarily happens.
Momentarily.
And Lionel walks in.
Let's just go ham.
And like comes up and hugs Caitlin and says,
I'm sorry.
"My friends, it's so good to see you. Come, sit down. Ask me questions. Let's have a." You wanted to ask me questions, right?
I'm gonna like look legitimately confused. I'm gonna like look between Caitlin and him and be like,
Well, this has nothing to do with Caitlin.
okay.
This is just him being
Overly friendly.
overly
Off-putting.
friendly.
Compensating. Make you know this.
That long sword, you know what I'm talking about?
Speaking of longswords, he's like, "Oh, I see you saw my family collection. We've been collecting it for hundreds of years, since the founding of my family."
Out of character. How bold should I be here?
And says, "I used that one just last night.
I'm just gonna say.
I'm going to
His
use
dick
that
must
one
be tiny. Let's all
to
just get
avenge my
that out of the
father's
way.
death."
I'm just gonna say. We have a lot of questions, but I think most of them are answered. My only question is, why are you against the Empire? I told you! I just asked.
And he looks at you, and is just like, "Huh?"
Inside check is.
Yeah, can we inside that?
Everyone get inside such check.
What's wrong with it?
I think 11 again.
12.
This is too much.
Sorry.
Insight?
Yep.
That was so good.
That's a 15.
He is genuinely fucking confused. He has no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
Maybe it's not political at all.
He's like, "What?" Why? He's like so confused. He starts laughing. Why?
Does that? Wait. So how?
He rolled 15.
15. And you feel confident that?
Yeah.
I'm just confused on what the fuck is going on.
You're confused.
He says, "Why would I be against the Empire?"
I bend over and I'm like, he's clueless.
You know why we're here.
Yes, we're
Oh.
here to investigate. He starts laughing. He says, "You think I'm involved with the werewolf pack?" And they start laughing.
It's fine.
I don't know whether to like just fall for it or just be like, he's really...
You didn't do an insight check, but everyone else did.
Do I need to?
Do you want?
Just
That's
try
what
it,
this
just
is
do it.
for. That's what the rolls are for.
That's sucked. 14.
Plus.
14.
Yeah, no, he's fucking laughing.
He got 15.
Wait, so he's like, wait. The werewolf pack is against the Empire. You think I'm against the Empire. You think I'm involved with the werewolf pack. I want to use that sword to avenge my father's death and kill the werewolf that attacked him and stole his head.
Which werewolf is that?
Okay.
We were out hunting,
Okay.
and a werewolf attacked us,
Sorry. There's a head.
Okay.
killed my father,
God.
and ripped off his head.
Cool.
And
Sounds
ran
like
Would
away
you like to
with it.
come on a walk with us?
Let's go visit Taylor.
Yeah, you got it?
Oh shit!
You got it? We have one more stop.
Okay.
I'm afraid we're going to have to skip lunch today.
So he said the werewolf took off his
Took
dad's
off his head, took it
Took off
away.
his dad's head.
Yeah,
Took it away. Werewolf.
exactly.
Ray, whatever
Yeah,
his fucking
yeah.
name is.
Hayward.
Hayward.
Hayward. The one on the wall is Blackburn's dad.
Oh my god,
Because
I've
he
been waiting
got-
for this for
You
so
didn't
long.
get that either?
His dad's head is on the wall.
Okay, I'm going to say to Blackburn, we've narrowed it.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm going to say, hey Blackburn, you're going to want that sword.
Why?
Because we think we might know who's behind all of this, including your father.
We know where his father's head is.
If we're correct,
You know where my father's head is?
you'll want to be there for this, I promise you.
And he goes up and grabs the sword that he was pointing at.
Fucking shit.
We narrowed
I'm
it down
going
to
to
one of
piss
the
myself.
people within the Council of Five. We then narrowed it down to you and one other, and I think you would like to be with us on this last walk through your city.
Who am I killing?
It'll be pretty obvious when we get there, but
Would you mind following us to the Hayward estate?
Fucking bastard.
Did you have any sort of idea?
How am I supposed to know?
This is called
I'm not an investigator.
Copy+pasted.
I don't fucking...
Kaylin, I'm assuming you're caught up. We're going to need to dispel magic when we get there.
I can do that.
Lionel, I think it's safe to... We don't want to kill anyone until we've confirmed anything, so once we reveal the head, assuming it is what we think it is, then I think you'll have your proof that you need. And our proof as well. Hopefully.
Let's
Well,
kill a
Blackburn,
fucking werewolf then.
I do want to warn you. If this is what we're suspecting, I can't promise your father's head will be intact.
Well, I mean, it was
Sorry, that's funny as me.
it was a necromancy spell, so maybe it's
Of course his
fresh.
head's not intact, it's not on his body.
You're funny. I mean, like,
I feel like Lionel's coming down, and I like it.
I don't
That's
know.
why I was waiting for this so
But if
badly.
it's necromancy magic, maybe it's keeping it fresh.
Is that,
Somehow.
would necromancy magic keep it?
It's keeping it how it would, theoretically.
Okay,
Let's go hunt a fucking werewolf.
let's go.
Oh my god.
Well, again, we're gonna enter calmly.
Bum bum bum
You
bum
leave.
ba-dum, bum.
As you leave, Kalen puts his hand to his ear.
Oh yeah, where did she went to Hayward?
Yes, she did.
Oh, fuck, Is she there right now?
She was having a late lunch.
She was having
a late brunch, sorry.
Oh my god.
Really
Is he gonna
much.
kill us? Oh my god.
You hated her 2
We're gonna
seconds
show
ago.
up. Layla's gonna be dead.
Oh, he's. Listen, I thought I was gonna have to take out the competition, but like.
And he says, we have to make a stop first. Layla's lunch is over. She's waiting at the base of operations manor.
Okay.
Whatever.
She's on the way to Hayward's anyway.
Yeah, she is. You guys go back to your manor that you've not spent any time in, really. It's whatever. That's not... I didn't plan that out at all, so it's whatever. You get there, Layla comes out, and she talks about what happened. She says everything went well, the lunch was great, you flirted a lot, asked me out again tomorrow. I accepted, obviously, just in case we needed it. And I wasn't really suspicious until the end. When he left a little early because his butler came in and whispered something to him. The other thing I heard was complications. He excused himself and apologized, but made sure that our date wasn't tomorrow. She rolls her eyes, ladies' man. I was escorted out by Bernard and then doubled back, visibly. I climbed up the outside of the building to get a better view, and I looked inside, and I saw Hayward arguing with a high elf woman. That looked familiar, but I'm not sure of who it was. They both headed down into the kitchens and didn't return for as long as I was watching until Kalen sent his message to me. She describes what the high elf looked like, and because you have the highest insight, she is exactly describing Eleanor real fast. What do you want to do?
I tell them.
Can we just barge in? Can we like full on? I want to have the reveal of the head though.
The head reveal.
It's not a bad idea to double check that verse, but
the head.
You don't want to see the head.
Okay.
if you mention any of that out loud, like Hayward, Blackburn wants to see the head.
Yeah, no,
He's like,
I feel
he's
like
quite ready to hunt a werewolf, but he wants to be
Okay.
100%
Yeah.
sure.
if we can see Hayward's, like if we can get the head seen, maybe we can pull Blackburn and all go against. Because I feel like we're gonna need everything that we have, especially if we're going against a mage. We don't know what Hayward is capable of. So if we can recruit we can recruit Blackburn.
I mean, he wants to hunt a werewolf.
He wants to hunt a werewolf. Just tell him like, hey, listen, I know you were hunting a werewolf. You were actually, hunting a wolf in sheep's clothing, or a man in wolf's clothing. And I hate to break it to you, but it's Hayward.
So let's just go. Let's just say we're early and that we have things we need to discuss. Should we pretenses and say that we've pretty much narrowed it down to Rothastos and where we want him to come with us to perhaps, you know what I mean? Try to shake it up a little bit.
Or should we say Lady Wakefield? Because if she
Lady
is
Wakefield,
involved,
you mean?
it might, if we eventually figure it out, it might be him and her being able to chart it out.
Sure, let's say Wakefield.
So what's the plan? Well,
We're just gonna go up calmly to his house.
okay.
Invite
You guys
ourselves.
leave the manor that you have been staying at briefly.
We're gonna try to presume that we're going to ask his help.
You guys are not going up with weapons in your hands, presumably.
No.
You go up to the manor door, you knock, and Bernard walks up to the door and opens the door and says, he wasn't expecting you to this evening.
Right. It's we're probably going to cancel that meeting. Actually, we think we have figured out who it is. We actually want to speak with him and get his help. In fact, could we
Do a
just...
performance check.
Oh, absolutely.
I called this earlier.
That is
The guy that we're going to lose.
23.
He believes he wants his help. Visibly, that's what it looks like. He says, I guess that's fine. He wasn't expecting you, but I can go find him.
Maybe wait in your waiting room.
Yeah, of course.
What is Lionel's dad's name?
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Okay, thank you.
He leads you in and starts heading down the stairs to the kitchen. As you guys go into the sitting room. What are you doing?
So I'm gonna look at Kalen, and I want to time this well. I want him to come in, and then I want to dispel the head. That's what I want to happen. But I don't know if we can convince Blackburn to be patient enough for that. But
Do a persuasion check.
I'm all about the show, so of course I... How many 4s am I going to roll ever?
Oh.
That's an 8 total.
Is that the head?
I'm not going to try to hide it. Yeah.
Is that what I recognize it from?
Yeah, it was like the bigger one.
It's the big, it's the main one on display.
The main one.
And you knew at the time the others are just wolves.
Yeah.
You knew that. So he looks at Kalen and he says, "Well," and Kalen flicks his hand, and the head changes, and then Lionel falls to his knees crying.
But as soon as he comes in here, he's gonna know.
Because he can't put that illusion back up, can he?
Not by itself, probably.
It wasn't an illusion. It was transmuted. It's transmuted to look like a werewolf, which is more permanent than illusions.
So he doesn't have to constantly think about it. Okay.
So obviously, as soon as he sees that, he's gonna know. We know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to know that we know.
Okay. Well,
So we need to get ready.
I'm gonna grab my shield from you. I'm pulling my sword out. And
Anyone doing anything else?
I don't have my chainmail, I'm guessing.
You could put it on.
Do I have it in my back?
Yeah, it's in the back corner.
Okay.
Oh, put that on.
I'm just gonna cling, cling,
I forget that you don't have that on all the time, so yeah, you might want to put that on.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on my chainmail.
Wait,
It
there's
takes
one
you
more...
5 minutes to put it on. And in that 5 minutes, no one comes into the room.
There's one more thing to...
No one comes in the room.
5 minutes.
Let's not forget, again, he's leading some sort of resistance here, so it might not even be just him. As in, we need to get answers as well. We need to shut down the operations.
So don't just.
I mean, I'm sure we're probably going to, because I'm going to object with Blackburn. I don't know if he's, too incapacitated right now to even want revenge, but...
Oh, Lionel's kind of, yeah, no, he's in shock for now until something happens.
Okay. I'm gonna try to hide in the shadows and try to sneak around and try to see if go to the kitchen where I saw it and go into and see if I can find out where he went.
Wait, so you are going to go to the kitchen?
Yeah. I'm being very sneaky though. Hugging the shadows.
As you... Oh, let me just decide something real
Your
quick.
head moves up.
Wait. We still have a mage that we're dealing with. I totally missed that for some reason.
We still have what?
A mage that we're dealing with.
Isn't that Lady Rolfastos?
Must be. Or someone else. We thought it was Ludelna, but it probably is not the same. Because why would she care about killing the werewolf guy? You know what I mean?
She said she described her as the daughter, right?
Yeah.
You guys have your recap?
Yes.
And also the Sun Elf woman, the one that tortures Hugo, so we can only assume that
The high elf.
High Elf, yeah,
That's elf.
which is Lady Rolfastos, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Eleanor. Okay.
She's.
Do I...
Well, plus, yeah.
Before you get to the door, actually, had to think about something. Bernard walks in,
Okay.
opens the door,
Oh shit.
and says, "Lord Hayward will see you now."
Okay.
Well,
Here, or did he expect us to come somewhere else?
Follow me.
What's his
fucking traitorous.
Inside check.
Wait, are you there right now? Or is it just killed?
No, this
No.
is like...
Because I didn't
in the
even
room,
react.
like in the
Oh,
way.
it's before
Right, you said he came to our
yeah,
door.
as you were about to leave.
That's a 17.
As neutral as your face looks to everyone else is how neutral his face looks right now.
Poker face, poker face.
Is it fucker?
I'm not good at that.
It sounds like it's
Anyway, so I guess we'll just continue.
He says, "Follow me."
gonna see you in
Goes out the room,
You're so
turns left, starts going down into the kitchen area, goes down into the hallway, what happened.
It's not a kitchen.
I don't remember.
We're all to die.
I mean, like, I'm assuming I look like a different person when I'm like full chainmail,
Hair up,
hair
leg.
up and back, and like.
Shit's up and down.
He's back.
Just because I want to be there.
How different do I look when I have full chainmail and I put my hair up?
He saw it, but didn't really react to it.
Hey, I'm assuming he already knew. Fuck.
Well, I mean, if this is who we think it is, then of course he knows, because we took down his assassins. Or one of them.
I'm going to poke
It's
my ass.
actually it's actually pretty similar layout to Sydney's basement. When you saw the kitchen was immediately on the left. You could almost like put that kitchen there. It's kind of funny.
What?
No, on the left as you're coming down. Oh look, there's a kitchen there.
Weird. Whack.
Wacky zacky.
He leads down, turns the corner, opens the end door, and says he's right in here.
In here?
And he's holding the door open.
Well, I ain't fucking going through that door,
Well,
bitch!
can I see what's in there just with, like, just looking
It's
in?
dark in there right now.
I do have dark vision.
That's true.
I have dark vision.
That's true.
I do too.
Why? I forget all of it.
So is it dark magic? Darkness?
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't know if I care about pretenses anymore, right? None of us care.
No, we know.
I'm going to...
Has Blackburn followed us? PT Dubs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of.
Yeah, he got up and stuff.
Okay, do you have a menu?
I did at some point. They all got mixed up.
What are you doing? Chucking a fireball in there?
You're just gonna
What
catch
you doing
on
there,
fire,
bud?
man.
What you doing?
I'm trying to decide if it makes sense for me to do this.
Oh, okay.
I feel like... Not quite yet. But I'm going to ignite my swords and just kind of like as a light kind of
You can just
walk in. So that there's like at least
you
light.
walk in, and it's a decently large storage room.
Hey, who can check for traps?
I mean, I can check. I don't know if it would be very good. I'm going to say, Bernard, did you take a wrong turn?
Oh no, he's just in here.
Don't.
He's just down
I
there.
don't. I
Show me.
And then he kind of waves his hand, and there's a trapdoor on the ground.
don't want to go down. I don't want to go down.
Trapdoor's in the room that he's in right now.
Okay,
In the storage room.
then if you don't want to go down,
Do you not want to go down because you don't want to?
Hey, can I? Okay. Can I?
can I? Okay, can I? Okay.
Can I go?
Okay, I want to do. Okay.
Okay.
There's no wrong answer.
Okay.
No, just think. You don't have to do it. Think about it and say it out loud, and then you can decide if you want to do it.
What you thinking?
Can I use necrotic lash on Bernard and
Sure.
keep him like tied up,
Um,
not pull and release,
it's
just
no, you can't, because it is a pull and release spell. It's like a lasso that immediately comes back to you,
okay.
and then disappears.
Then I am going to.
What do you want me to do? Like just.
Then I am going to walk up behind Bernard, and I am going to take my sword, and I'm going to put it to his back, so he can feel the tip just cutting into the back of him just a bit. I'm going to go, then fucking show us.
Okay. And he walks down and
Dude,
jumps.
does he seem like weird how calm he's being?
It's weird because it's not how he was acting before, but you can't tell from that just from looking.
What if it's the shapeshifter?
He walks up
Or
and
magic?
jumps down into the hole.
Probably is all more.
What if it's Elmore?
Do we hear anything? Are you okay, Bernard?
I love how you're like, Bernard, where did we go? And I'm like, fucking get in the hole.
Decide what you're doing because he doesn't respond.
Okay.
It's It's weird how he's acting. It's gotta be her.
It's either
Yeah.
Eleanor or...
Eleanor.
Is it dark down
I
there
guess
though?
that, well, was he wearing anything? I guess we didn't even look because he could be wearing a fucking collar.
I think we would notice that.
No,
wouldn't
because
we?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would we notice it, or does it have to be a collar?
Do you
Can
want
it be
me to
something
try to
smaller?
sneak down? I can be fairly invisible, especially in the dark.
I just want to fireball fucking another room. I don't want to die.
What if we just burn down the building on top of him?
What if we what?
Imagine
Burn down
if
the
we
building
were-
on top of him.
Imagine if we were wrong somehow.
Yeah, right.
Let's just
It
close,
was Sydney the whole
let's-
time.
Let's just close the door, put the sword in the door, and burn the house down.
With a lemon. Anyway.
You gotta think about that. You're in the basement, and they just went lower than the basement, so burning the house might not.
I
get the
don't
desired
care.
effect.
The house could fall on them and they suffocate.
Okay.
I'm
This
just gonna
house-
go down.
Okay,
They're mad.
hold on. He went down there. You went to the right. Straight forward.
Mhm.
Those are straight forward. Are they locked?
No.
It's a bowling alley down there.
Okay, I'm gonna do one of these things and I'm gonna go fucking
Are you gonna go
everybody.
into the doors?
I'm doing something. I'm just gonna look at Gurdok and Kaylin and anyone that's behind me. And I'm gonna get to one side and I'm gonna pull open
Okay,
a door.
remind
That other door that you guys haven't been into?
Yes.
Door, yeah.
And I'm gonna pull the door open.
Okay. There's lots and lots of bottles of wine.
Like you guys.
lots and lots of wine.
It's the wine that we like, though. From the,
Oh yeah, there's an elderberry
There is
one?
some elderberry one.
Take it.
We'll take that on the way out.
I have a bag of
Assuming
holding,
we
bitch.
survive.
Fuck off, I'm getting in there now.
Assuming we survive, we can get in.
Okay.
He's waiting for us. I'm not even gonna try to sneak. I'm just gonna go down.
Okay, I did that. I'm gonna assume Kaylin's by me.
I'm gonna
Gurdok.
keep like my swords
and
open as like a torch.
Lionel.
That's
Who's that?
Layla.
Oh, that's Layla?
Who is that?
We'll stick her next
You
to
jump down?
Kaylin.
Yeah.
You jump into a room that looks roughly the same size and location and placement as
The alchemy room.
the alchemy lab in relation to the house.
And do I see anyone? Do I
And
see
there's-
Bernard?
but there is a door that looks like it's kind of new and not meant and was not originally built there.
And Bernard's
just
not in
keep-
here?
The door is slightly open,
And Bernard's not.
but Bernard's not in that room.
Okay, I'm gonna say coast is clear so far. I'm gonna head toward the door.
Okay, I'm going down.
So we all go down.
I'm going down. Is Kaylin going down?
What if they lock us down here and blow up the house?
Oh yeah, they're all going down.
Okay.
Oh, what if they have a back way out?
Jen, are you coming down? Is Lionel coming down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to get rid.
You got a second room there, bud?
Oh yeah, I'm waiting. You guys haven't gone into the room yet.
I'm going into the room.
What is the order that everyone's going into the room?
I presume I was first, I guess.
I'm
do it
presuming
on the table for now, so I can see.
Belle, me,
I'll go next, I
Grudok, Kaylin,
I'll be behind you.
Gen, Layla, Lionel.
Okay.
There's our conga line.
You go in. You go in.
That makes me so nervous when he does that. And he's like, you go in. It's just like, no! What are you doing?
Come back!
guess.
Just
He
left us. He left us.
It's over.
Mother was my shit.
I know. My heart rate is probably so fucking high right now. If I had an Apple Watch, I'd be like, you need to calm the fuck down.
Calm the fuck down, bitch. Please.
This is going to be slight spoilers because there's another room in there, but it's whatever. You're going to have to move that hallway now because that's not relevant.
What the fuck?
Into that.
What the fuck? He's gonna hold
I
like
should have put
seance.
fucking liquor in this.
Make another one.
And Belle walks into that door that's at the end there. Oh, no, the other one. Right there. And you see that room right there.
What do you think? What do you see in there?
I can't see here though.
No, you can't see it.
Is it the sex dungeon?
I should have done it separately, but I couldn't.
Is this the sex dungeon? I just wasn't sure.
It's a dungeon.
What is this?
Torture devices.
I think it's like a
Oh,
cross
that's
thing.
lovely.
Lots of torture devices.
Yep.
Or sex.
Do I see them? Do I see
Looks
them?
at me, he's a-
Nope. Unless you're doing like perception checks or something.
I mean, sure.
Not straight away, you don't see anything.
Yeah, I should probably do
Did you roll a 4 again?
I rolled a 2. It's always a 4 or a 2.
You need to dice jail.
I don't understand it. I don't understand.
Dice
Dice
please.
jail.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk in. I'm not gonna step on the pentagram
Who's
though.
next?
Me.
What is your reaction when you walk in?
I'm immediately taking note of all the exits and all the doors. I want to get right up against this door right here.
Okay.
I
Is
don't
everyone
know.
else following in?
I'll roll in.
Can I look at this pentagram on the... I'm assuming that's actually there.
Yeah. I
What?
painted that on myself.
Did
Nice.
you really?
Yeah.
That's
What?
nice.
What?
And
What's
I
the
gotta
deal?
check first before you do anything. Is everyone following you?
Yes.
Can I do a perception check?
As you walk in, yeah.
You need to outline all of
So you're after him, right?
That is
That's
18.
Kaylin. Jen.
Do we want all of them in? I
And
assume.
Layla.
So, yeah.
And that's it. No. Because the door slams shut. And there's
Before
a
what?
howling sound, and a ripping sound,
Oh shit.
and a screaming sound
From
Lionel.
outside the door? I knew it! Gosh dang it!
Almost got fucking wrecked.
Watch, it literally is all 5 of the councilmen.
Oh.
Wait, it's Lionel.
No. It's a scream of pain from Lionel.
Oh, I thought you. Oh.
Okay.
I thought Lionel was transforming. Okay.
How did
Well,
I get
I
up
still
to
be.
it? That's something I need.
And if he keeps him alive, yeah, he'll just turn.
Well, Lionel's fucking dead. Hey, where's Hockey gonna?
Are you standing right next to that door?
She is.
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Is the
It
sound?
burst open and hit
What do
you.
I hear? Is it here?
I forgot her name for a second.
Adriana?
No, not Adriana.
Eleanor.
Eleanor walks down the door.
Out of the door she's next to?
Yep.
Fucking bitch.
Fancy seeing you here.
Okay, hold on. She's walking out. Did she immediately see me? 'Cause if
Yes.
Damn it!
She opens the door. Oh my gosh, there's a void
No,
off right there.
because the door opens.
No, it doesn't.
The door doesn't open?
No, not those ones. That's they're thin walls.
Okay, well, the door opens and I'm behind it.
No,
That's how the door
Or
is
does
set
it
up.
open this way?
that's not how it is. It comes in. She pulls it open.
Damn it!
Don't look that hard at the terrain. Fancy
Fancy
seeing you.
seeing you here.
I do.
I mean, I presume you're expecting us because of Bernard.
You understand sarcasm, right?
So, okay.
But yes, Bernard is taking care of your friend right now.
Werewolf.
Our friend.
Yes. The fucking Blackburn Lord.
Can I try to like kick the door open?
Wait, what door?
The door, I guess.
Or like,
Why do you want to open
like,
the door
is
of
it
the
in order
world?
out?
To save Bernard. I mean, save Blackburn.
I don't think Bernard is there.
I mean, if you want to, you can.
How would everyone feel if I opened it?
As
He's
long
calling
as you're
Puppy
taking down the.
Wait, I want to
power
talk to
yourself.
Eleanor. Like, where's Freak?
Hayward.
Hayward.
Yeah, where's
Gareth.
Gareth.
Where's Gareth?
He'll be here shortly.
What you gonna do?
Okay.
Summon him in the circle? I don't say that. I don't say that.
Stop doing
That's a
like
good idea!
Stop it.
Do you want to tell us what you're doing here, or should we just kill you and be done with it?
I thought it would be obvious what we've been doing here. Isn't that what the whole point of your investigation was?
I'm
Finding the missing
really,
children,
I'm really tired.
the werewolf pack, all that good stuff.
Okay, but why?
I'm getting really tired of us all beating around the fucking bush. Just say what you mean, what you're doing, and let's just get this over with.
Say what I mean. I am saying what I mean.
But why do all this?
Why use children?
Because we can.
You fucking.
I'm going to, at this point, I am going to combust.
Okay.
So I burst into flames.
Actual flames.
Actual flames. And
I just scream, you fucking cunt.
Okay. Roll initiative.
So you burst into fire. You're
I wanna kill her
basically
so bad.
I'm not made of fire.
I'm not
but
gonna
like,
kill her because
I'm completely
She's
on
like
fire.
it's like Super Saiyan, but with fire.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you the.
That's my extra piece of paper. I don't have to do
It was going to be a 19, but it was cocked.
It's okay, mine's a 3, so
That's going to be a 20, but it was cocked. Okay, I can
17.
handle that.
3.
It's a 20 and that was
I mean,
You roll.
What?
anyway.
What's your item
Where is
No,
it?
it's just big.
Sweet victory, is it? I want the sweet victory of slitting this bitch's throat and grabbing her windpipe
Ripping
and
her head out.
crushing it in front of her face.
You good there, fam?
Huh?
You good there, fam?
No, I'm not. This is. You're talking
This is
to
like a
someone
pure
who has
evil.
literally done everything to protect and to help and to learn that she's literally not. She's not choosing children because they're more weak or more susceptible. It's just because she fucking can. And if that's her reason, then she is no better. than
Initiative
this.
is just Dex.
Kind of
right?
like this. I just sent it to the.
It's just Dex, right?
Yeah.
Is this how
Except
you're,
instead of like confusion worry, it's more like anger.
that's
just-
fucking cool. What
yeah.
anime is it got from?
It's some vampire. I think.
Initiative is just Dex modifier, right?
What the fuck? That's like
I like not dying.
Never
I
mind.
don't know
what's
what's your dex modifier look.
You what?
I won't say what it's from because it's a spoiler.
Well, yeah.
I know what it's from.
It's like another show.
Okay,
Yeah.
0 to 5.
Oh.
Oh, neat. 3.
You're gonna get wrecked.
Yep.
Oh, I need to roll for hockey.
Yes, your initiative bonus, which is equal to your dexterity modifier. Alright.
Okay, anyone else 0 to 5? I feel like I'm missing.
I need to write Eleanor.
And Blackburn. I'm super on that. And Werewolf. And Hayward.
And Blackburn is fucking dead, probably.
It would make things simpler. We get a free sword out of it.
We could get a lot of free swords out of it.
We could alter
No one
his
else 0
will.
to 5?
Hey, thank you for rubbing it in.
6 to 10. Anyone 6 to 10? Oh, hold on. I need to do. Fuck, there's so many rolls I need to do.
Did you roll for hockey?
I did.
Okay.
We actually got the same.
I know.
Ah, cute.
Okay. 11 to 15
Hockey.
is
14.
anyone else?
15.
Okay. So next is
So Matt, hockey.
at 12 is shit Eleanor.
Thank God.
Elahor.
13 is Bernard.
13 is.
Did someone roll for? I assume no one rolled for.
I'm definitely imagining Bernard to be Bernard from Westworld. Like that same, I don't know.
Is that the, I think who that is.
The actor who plays, he's in the most recent Batman.
Oh.
He's
And in Hunger Games, right?
what?
And in Hunger Games?
He's in the Hunger Games
Yeah,
as well. Yeah.
okay.
Um,
He's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that show.
He's also was the voice for the Watcher in What If.
That's right.
14 is unknown.
14. Oh wait, hold on. So I have Net, Elahor,
Bernard. Someone.
Bernard. Duh.
Okay.
And then Bernard, and then
15 was Bell.
Don't forget about hockey.
Oh, sorry. I'm always. What's hockey?
14.
Okay, so he'll go between unknown and Bell.
unknown and Bell.
Anyone 16 to 20?
17.
Oh wait, no. I'm dumb. I did
17?
that.
The
No,
next.
no.
Doc. Oh, so fucking nervous right
18 is Lionel. He's alive.
I was gonna say I didn't even make one for him.
Yeah.
Did you roll for Kaylin?
Yes.
And did you also roll for Lion or for Aaron?
Yes. Speaking of Kalen, he is 19.
Wait, okay, hold on. So Lionel, Kaylin,
Gareth is 20.
Garvich.
Oh,
Again, what the fuck did you
Any
get?
higher than 20?
23.
Layla is 21.
Still beat everyone.
I'm on top, baby.
If I had rolled that nat 20, if it weren't cocked, it would have been
Hey,
24.
I got a 3.
Good thing it was.
Yeah. If the 19 had
Am I
also not been
forgetting
cocked
anyone?
before that, I would have been tied with you.
Lionel's on there, right?
Lionel's
Blank is on
Well,
there.
what's your dex?
Gareth's on there.
4.
Yep.
Eleanor's on there.
Layla.
That's
How
4
did that
enemies,
work,
right?
Len? How would you figure that out?
Okay.
So you can do.
Can you bring that just this way a little
I
bit?
know,
I
this
can't
is
see
the whole
everything.
thing. I literally can't, like...
Bring it to the middle, yeah.
I'm gonna keep him out there, but
Okay.
we'll probably just roll again, just up between the two of
Hey,
us.
where's the music?
Oh, yeah.
Because
that's
normally you
okay.
do like
We haven't had music for a minute.
whatever the roll
Yeah.
was, and then like
scary.
I know, we need to...
We didn't need
Yeah.
music, it was scary in the first
And then after
place.
that,
Yeah, no shit.
It's been a pleasure, my lady.
I completely forgot what happened just before initiative. What did she say?
She said, I do it because I can.
Oh yeah, and then you guys lost your shit.
yeah.
She goes crazy.
You lost your shit, and then
Bursts into flame. That's
you
her
guys
thing.
crazy.
Was there light in here already aside from my flame?
Yeah, there's like red torches,
Okay.
but it's not well lit. Now it's well lit.
Yeah, it's very bright.
It's
right
very
now.
bright now. Okay.
Is it like looking into
So,
the sun? when we look
again-
at it?
Sure.
She is standing right there.
Fuck
Jen, what are you doing?
Okay.
Holy crap, I'm gonna need so many stat blocks up.
Okay, so I will go 1, 2, 3 forward.
I know, trust me, I know
Do I
I'm
want
fucked.
to
It's
step
okay.
into the circle? It's a circle now.
Into the pentagram.
I don't know if I want to.
I did forget to mention one thing. There's like all kind of like experimental stuff in the room, like vials and just potions and all this kind of stuff. Interesting. It's not like super relevant to what you're about to do. But I just want to set the scene for like there's just all chemicals and vials and
I mean,
all random magical shit, as if they've been experimenting and stuff.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
While we were talking to Blackburn, would there have been any kind of time of like a short rest?
You would have had it. Wait, since when?
Since like our long rest, have I had a short rest since our long rest?
No, because you came straight. You went straight to meet with Blackburn
Because I used detect magic. When did I use detect magic?
at the Sydney's house.
At Sydney's house.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you wouldn't have had
Okay.
long rest is an hour, I think.
Short rest for now.
Sorry, yeah. You wouldn't have had an hour.
Okay. Just have to confirm.
Okay, so I'll move 3 down, then 1 diagonal into the pentagram. Then I'll take 4 more steps, being right next to.
As you like walk through the pentagram, though, you just see that it's like kind of painted on with white paint, and the red is blood. But it doesn't look like it's been used like in the last day or two. Like it doesn't look immediately fresh. But it does look like it's been painted over a bunch of times.
When I walk over it, can I like smear it?
You can try, but it's pretty dry.
I probably won't do that. Then I'll attack her with my katana. That'll be a 13 to hit.
1 second. You only have to go one thing. There's a lot of things to prepare on here. And it's kind of important that I remember this one. One second. So, a 13 would hit,
Okay.
but she raises her hand
She what?
and throws up a shield spell.
Damn.
Sorry, what would have hit? A 13.
13,
There's a shield spell.
which means her AC is
+5.
+5 until the next turn. Yep.
Oh, there you go, but whatever.
Whose turn is it? I forgot already.
Layla's.
Yeah, it's Layla.
Layla.
Right here.
Oh shit! I need so many freaking stack balls. I should have printed some of these.
Probably.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
Layla
you were really good.
is going to. I think she's going to teleport in front of her. In front of Eleanor. So you want to move her mini? Someone want to move her mini?
Towards Eleanor?
In front of Eleanor.
Okay.
She's not.
She kills her.
She's going to teleport. And then she's going to use Booming Blade and attack with her daggers that she has. Oh god, that's so good. Holy shit, why did I make her so strong?
Thank you for doing that.
Natural 20 plus 10.
Jesus! I think she hits.
3 plus 7 is 10 damage. Plus, she is being flanked, so she is getting sneak attack. How much damage did I say? 10? Sorry. Oh, that's really bad. Okay. So she's doing 20 damage with her sneak attack. Okay.
Sorry, how much damage did she do?
20. And then it is
Garbage's turn.
And as it's Garbage's turn, this door completely smashes open.
The giant werewolf or whatever that.
As a very black furred werewolf with really dark fangs and claws and everything bursts out. And he growls, "Fresh meat." Fresh meat. And runs straight up to Kalen.
I don't think he said that.
It's like,
And he's going to attack 3 times.
You fucking whore.
Once with his butt. Oh god, I have.
could you imagine just all burgers?
Something like burst of water.
So like, the entire cell just floods it. And they're all drowning.
This stresses me out. I don't know if you can
We're gonna kill them, it's okay.
Are we, though?
want to
That or I
literally
die. That's the feeling.
rip her tongue from her fucking throat.
I
Actually,
wanna,
you know.
I want to do a Roy Mustang to her.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
What is
like
that?
when he was killing, or I guess he did he do it to both lust and envy? I don't remember. But anyway, he like burned the tongue out of their mouth like over and over again.
You know what I actually want to do? What I'm thinking of? If you've ever seen Twilight, it's
Very
Breaking Dawn
classic
Part
kill.
2, where she grabs her and just rips it apart.
I
That's
actually
what
have not. That's the one that I have not seen.
Kalen is actually going to do a shield spell as well,
Oh,
but he still gets bit.
rip it
kind of
apart.
terrifying.
Constitution saving throw and fails his Constitution saving throw.
Love that. I love this guy.
So, Blackfang runs up, immediately just bites into Kalen's shoulder, and succeeds in biting into his shoulder
Also, this is about pain.
with the werewolf bite.
I mean, he's a big black fucking wall.
So the other 2 miss, but he is now knocked over.
It's okay. Kayla can heal himself, guys. It's
Wait,
okay.
how much damage did Caleb get?
Oh yeah, damage. Damage is a thing, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't need to bring that up.
I would have remembered.
There was so his name is Gareth.
Hayward.
Gareth Hayward.
17 piercing damage.
So I was thinking it was Gareth Blackburn and
Black Fang.
Blackfang. Oh my god, that really makes sense then.
It's Lionel Blackburn.
So he takes 17 points of damage, and then it is Kalen's turn, and he immediately just uses the remove curse on himself, but that's his turn.
Fuck. We're gonna die. So you already just killed Caleb.
It's fine.
Kalen's dead.
He's not. Shut up.
It is now Lionel's turn. You hear a bit of gurgling.
Oh!
And then it's Grudok's turn.
Well.
It's called a death rattle, actually.
So it's been a while, so I'm trying to. Can I attack with my sword?
You can run up, attack with your sword, run away, and you won't get a top attack sword too.
Okay. So I can't do a bonus attack
You
and
can.
get away?
You can, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I'll run up and do one sword attack.
Move the mini. Where?
Move the mini. Oh.
So that's 17 to hit.
Does not hit.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
sorry?
Then I'll do my bonus. I go +6 on that.
Sorry, what missed?
A 17.
I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm gonna back away.
Get
Back away
opportunity
and
attack.
and hide.
He doesn't.
I don't because my class
He's
is
special.
He's special. Where do you take? Like, where do you go?
I'm just gonna back into the corner. I guess.
Right there.
Maybe
Yeah.
not there. I'll go.
Oh, we're so fucked.
We're fine.
That was a
fine.
17.
That was 10.
And I failed.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike, but the Fire Strike version of it.
Okay.
And I'm going to give myself advantage on this attack against him. Is
He's if a 17, then it's minimum 18.
I got an 18.
18 hits.
Okay.
Okay.
Against him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to mark him also as my target,
As my target.
and I'm going to say,
Okay, Elena.
"You killed Birdhold," or whatever. I don't know. And then I'm going to re-roll that.
It's piercing. It's not much more.
It's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total.
Okay.
And then I'm going to. I actually already used my bonus action. Oh wait, because I used. Sorry, because I did. I get an extra D8 because I used the. Gave myself advantage. So that's an additional 4.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move back. And since I have Zephyr Strike going, I don't have attack of opportunity for 1 minute. And then at the end of my turn, both he and she are going to take 2 more fire damage since I'm on fire.
Since I'm on fire. Yeah, you are.
Girls? Go Bill.
That is the end of my turn.
Hockey is going to give help to me.
Does that give me advantage on anything? Or?
I can't remember what it is. It's been so long.
Yeah, it does give you advantage on your next attack. And then through the same door.
No, fuck.
You just hear more gurgling.
Shit, I don't have minis.
Where do you need to close that door and lock it?
I mean, he burst down that door, so
Oh.
it's like gone.
Wait, through that door? Or this door?
Wait.
Yeah, it was
The same door that he came from.
You not calm?
And Gareth sees the werewolf. And
Garrett?
Gareth, what?
You said Gareth sees the
You
werewolf?
said Garrett sees the werewolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gareth the werewolf sees the werewolf come into the room
Gareth
and
Blackbird-
says,
or-
Roderick,
no.
kill them.
Roderick, okay. So they're all werewolves. Cool.
What are you saying?
Who was Roderick?
Gareth Hayward?
This is Gareth.
Yes.
Gareth Hayward is the werewolf.
Gareth Hayward is Blackfang.
Yes!
Yes!
That's what I said earlier.
Why did that not hit?
I don't know.
I'm like, where the fuck is Gareth?
He's the fucking duck werewolf, right?
Remember when he said Garbage went and then he showed up?
And Roderick goes up to Kaelin, right next to Kaelin,
Yeah, I swear if they kill Kaylin, I'm gonna be really upset.
It's Kaelin. He has plot armor.
and
But he's the only one that can cure freaking poison disease or whatever.
and
Of course.
Roderick is going to make an advantage werewolf attack.
Oh, I forgot pack freaking tactics.
His pack tactics.
No.
His master is right next to him.
This is master. It's for you,
Says
master.
I like flanking.
Natural 20.
Yeah, basically.
No!
Kaylin's dead. Kaylin's dead.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. We're fine.
So Starts to get damage. Like 14 damage or something.
So the second attack doesn't
Took
hit him because he
15
has
from
shield
me,
up.
so.
Okay, okay.
Constitution save.
Fails
Fails.
again.
Gets cursed again. Galen takes 12, 15 piercing damage. As he bites into him now.
Oh my god. Are you still sure we're gonna kill these guys?
I'm sure either they're all going to die or we're all going to die.
One of those two things is bound to happen.
At least I'm not leaving here alive unless they're all dead.
Okay, and now Blackfang is going to let out a very piercing howl using his legendary actions. Cost all 3 of his actions. He lets out a terrifying howl, inspiring allies and striking fear into enemies. So, Roderick gets a reaction attack against Kaelin.
They killed dead.
Fails, but has advantage. Doesn't fail. Where are the dice?
Guys, what if we don't get paid?
Oh yeah, because that's your
Fucking
biggest
hell.
priority
This is
right
my
now.
husband.
This is my fake husband.
Take 7 points of
No,
slashing
it's your
damage.
fake fiance.
Oh, sorry, my fake fiance.
Yeah, you can't get too
Pretty
ahead of
almost.
yourself.
We haven't even fucked!
Just yell out, maybe the wolves will take care of you.
Oh, maybe.
But now every one of you needs to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Everyone is. So that's.
Why are these failing?
Kaelin passes.
You know, I'm not going to roll
Layla
this
does
anymore.
not pass.
I'm rolling on the table.
15.
10.
14.
What'd you get?
7. Oh, sorry, 9.
You two pass.
Fuck!
You two and Layla are
And what did you
are
roll?
frightened.
10.
Do you have frightened effects?
Yeah.
So you two and Layla are frightened.
Does that mean we get disadvantage?
So you can't get closer to him. I can't remember everything, but it disappears at the end of your next turn.
I still have the guns.
I don't need to roll attack rolls, what I'm going to do next. Okay, I have 2 frightened things, so...
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of
You?
its sphere is within line of sight. And you can't
Just
move
grab
closer.
another purple one. I
Yeah,
guess.
for her. Ah!
He died.
I'm dead.
It's Bernard's turn. You hear a howling and another clawing sound. Then it's Eleanor's turn.
Ella Whores.
What's his name?
Blackfang. Garrett?
Blackburn is going to get the final blow on. He's going to decapitate.
Oh, Blackburn is gonna.
I wanted to have his revenge too.
The one that's gurgling in the hallway.
It could be the other one that's gurgling.
It could be what?
The other guy that's gurgling.
I doubt it, but that's okay.
I did hear a shriek of pain from him.
We did. We did hear that. Probably got a surprise round or something. It's fine. It's great.
I got a surprise. Sorry.
I need a stress seat.
I need to stress. Same.
Okay, so now, this is going to be weird, but Eleanor reaches her hand in through the door she just came in, past the door, around the corner, to the cages that you can't see,
No, not more.
and casts a spell. It's obviously advantage. Yes, it is. And you hear a child screaming.
No! We're saving this one. I promise you, we're saving this one.
Maybe 2.
That one you're not saving because it's dead.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Because she uses chill, is it chill touch? I don't remember the spell. It's the necromancy cantrip. And as she hold on.
Wow.
I think I might have missed something.
The kid's already dead.
Yeah,
She's gonna bring him back to life.
Does she need to kill one to make the magic on the other one? Is that why it's dark magic?
Well, because she killed the one kid that just screamed.
Hold on, I need to check something. There's so many spells and shit.
It's fine. Revive.
I think it was the wrong spell I mentioned.
Look at these rolls that are above 4. Except for 1. As soon as I roll, though, for an attack, it'll be a 2.
Do you need another set of dice?
No,
We have
it's-
another set
it'll
of
probably-
dice.
I'm trying without the
Plenty.
Oh,
box for now.
What the fuck? Sorry. Think about what you're gonna do next.
Already
I'm
know.
aware! I'm the next one!
Okay, hold on.
Again, deal some fucking
Come
damage.
on! Do something!
No, this is important.
Yeah, I'm aware! Do it faster!
Uh,
I can't! I'm like gonna give myself an aneurysm. I love this artist.
Okay, there it is.
Come on!
She's doing Ray of Sickness. Is what she's doing. So she's doing Ray of Sickness. You hear a child screaming, and then she seems invigorated.
So she's healing from killing them.
No, so she's sending their life force over.
What the fuck?
And she now looks invigorated to the point of being at full health.
Dark magic.
I
Fuck.
fucking hate this guy.
You know what? I'm going to enjoy killing her, though.
Yeah.
I say we all get turns, you know, just
Revive her. Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty
And that's
hard.
right, go.
okay. I am going to turn to Elahor, and I am just going to scream, and my arms are just going to go to either side of me. I'm screaming, and there is like flame tendrils of just void just rippling off of my skin, and I am going to assume void form as my bonus action. For 1 minute, I am immune to being frightened.
Woo!
Okay?
Yep.
And I am just gonna look at this fucking cunt of a garbage human being, and I am gonna take my
She's out.
sword and just
That's what we were-
slash and just go for it
Yep.
with my void touch blade.
And you have the cantrip.
Don't forget to tally this, by the way.
Do I have advantage?
You do have advantage.
I do have
Hockey's
advantage.
helping
Okay, hold on. What did you say about cantrip?
No, just
I
make
said
sure.
cantrip. Is when you do a melee attack with your weapon, you're doing a cantrip as well. I can't remember what it's called.
My hex?
No, you have a cantrip. What's it called? Many cantrips? I can't remember what it's called. It's a melee spell cantrip.
Melee spell cantrip? Are you talking about divine sense? Or
What are your
What are your
cantrips?
spells?
spells? Cantrips, necrotic clash, rending blade.
Rending blade. That's an extra. That's extra damage when you attack with your sword.
I know, but it says that on my void touch blade. What is that?
Okay, yeah.
Blade?
So it's 1d8 plus 4 plus 1.
Okay. Okay. 1d8. Okay. And I have advantage on this.
Yep.
Thank fucking God I have advantage. 19 to hit?
It does hit.
Okay. Okay, so then 1d8 plus 4. Oh, she needs to make because I did void form against her. When I hit a creature with an attack, you can force it to make a charisma saving throw, so she has to hit a 14.
No.
Okay,
Fails.
so she is frightened of me
Nice.
until the end of my next turn,
Mhm.
and I have a +2 bonus to damage rolls against any creature that is frightened of me.
Yep.
So 2d8.
Yep.
I'm going to kill myself
Why?
because that was 2 ones.
Okay, but you still do the +2,
+2, so 2 plus 2
and then
is
whatever's
4,
on your
plus
weapon
4.
is 10. Right?
4 plus 4 is 8.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Sure, yeah.
6
Already ended.
plus 10. It's 2 plus 2 plus 2, isn't it?
No, I did 8. I rolled 2 ones.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
1d8 plus 4.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Sorry,
She's
God.
frightened of you.
It's still some damage she's trying to do.
Oh, you have advantage? No, wait.
I already did the advantage.
You have
because she'll have disadvantage right now as well. If she does any sort of attack.
Yeah.
This makes me feel like jack.
No, it's fine then.
Okay,
it's
well,
more
that's-
damage than I've done so far.
That's all I
Just
can
roll
do.
my attack.
Oh, look, I just tossed those and that's a 6 and an 8. Fuck me. Please.
Whose turn is it?
It is
Again. it's your
Jen!
turn.
Alright,
Do some fucking
I will
damage, mate.
attack again with my katana.
Against.
Against.
Elahor.
So is Elmer back in here, or did Or did
It's just
Emily
her
go
arm
into-
that went into the ring.
Yeah, it's just
wasn't
a
it?
arm.
Oh, okay.
She leaned in, came leaned back. Like,
So we need to push her. If we can, we need to get her fucking away
Oh,
so
from
she
the door?
can't, like, stick her arm in there.
And there's no.
I can do something, but it's gonna probably kill me.
Kill you or
no, but you
kill
can do
him?
your
Probably
offhand,
kill
remember?
me.
You don't have to hit with
Oh,
your main
I
hand.
can do my taunters.
Yeah.
If I move, I
Am
can
I-
necrotic clash. and
Or
pull
I have
her
to use
to
the
me.
key point and then use the what's it called?
It'll get her away.
So
It'll-
she can't do
Flare
it.
of Blades, right?
She can't heal herself, but it'll put
That's how
her
that works.
right.
Yeah, Flurry of Blades. So you use a key point and then you get 2 Tanto
And then we
attacks.
fuck.
And you can
And then
use
she's nice again.
your
She just needed something
crippling
good,
blow, crippling strike or whatever with the Tantos if
She
they
needed
hit.
to feel love again.
When she used the spell, was type like was it a chant like a speaking spell?
Let me check.
That's not a good one.
I got one.
Do you know what you're gonna do? Do we all have what we're gonna do planned? Are you ready?
This attack.
Yes, it is verbal.
Okay. In that case, I attack.
How much damage do you do?
So yeah, 10 doesn't hit.
10 doesn't hit. Did your other one hit?
The other one did.
You rolled a natural 18 on his other one.
Yeah.
Natural 18.
Yes.
I did 6 damage on her,
Okay.
and I want to use crippling strike to mute her.
Yeah. Do I have to do a save for that, or is that?
Oh,
Mute her, that's good.
Mute or mute?
So maybe
Mute.
if she says anything
If it's-
verbally.
Verbal components. something
Verbal
she can-
components of spells. The spell she used had a verbal component.
Okay.
Yeah, Constitution saving 12.
Fucking hell. It doesn't matter what her modifier is, it's a 3.
Okay.
So she fails, she's muted, she can't speak. Until
Their next turn.
the end of her next
It should
turn.
be until your
I
next turn.
can't speak or produce verbal components. Wait, okay. Until the start of your next turn, so until my next turn.
Start of your next turn.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. She's muted.
Okay.
We just gotta we gotta plow her. Not like that. We also
Maybe.
need to get Kalen out of there. We need to move Kalen because he's gonna fucking die.
Blackfang is going to use 2 actions from his legendary actions
Thank you
to
for me.
leap to you. You need to do
To Den?
Like here?
yeah, right next to
Jumps
him.
over.
You need to do either a strength or dexterity. Athletics or acrobatics check.
I can still do what I need to do though.
I do acrobatics. Wrong dice. That is a no 13.
You fail, you're knocked prone.
Oh, fuck.
As he comes down and claws at you, but not doing damage, he's just knocking you to the ground.
Okay, so okay.
He just smashes you to the ground with his whole body force.
Jesus Christ.
Layla's frightened, so she can't. She has disadvantage on attacks while the source of her fear is in line of sight. So she's going to bonus action into that room. Misty step into the room, and she goes in there and sees 2 kids in each cage.
One of the, which is
You can
dead.
take the tops off. You should be able to. You might have to wiggle it a little bit. Or hold the bottom while you're doing it. Yeah. One of them is laying down dead.
There's 2 children in each cage.
Yeah, so a total 4. Well, 3 now since the one's dead.
You can put the cage back on. Cage.
For Hugo! And she is looking at them. She can see that they have collars on. And she's going to run up and unlock one of the things, cages.
Which one?
Or she's going to try to unlock one. She definitely unlocks one. She got 18. So that cage on that one, the first one you clicked, that one's unlocked, and she can't do anything else. But she's about to rip the collars off. Not that you can see that. Blackfang is going to attack Kalen again. Because he knows
Wait,
Kalen.
so he's going to go back to attack? Because he's over here now. Right?
Oh shit, you're right. Sorry. Hold on. Let me look at stats. Let me look at shit.
How? Okay. And we know that Blackfang is Gareth because he said something, or did?
Well, if nothing else, when Gareth goes, Blackfang goes.
But other than that, other than like.
Well, we can presume.
Okay.
Is that I can't see where that other the other werewolf is standing. Is he standing in a square?
Sorry, I think he was
Yeah.
like diagonal because he was
I think
right
he's
next
there.
to it.
Okay, so he's standing next to Kalen though.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna walk up to Kalen, but
Like
he's gonna get.
here or here?
No, sorry. Blackfang is gonna walk around to Kalen.
Oh, gotcha.
Which means you get an attack of opportunity.
Wow. 16.
It was not hit.
It was 18, right?
Yep.
Damn it.
I forgot to do something on Kalen's turn, but I'm gonna do it because it matters. He went into his blade song dance.
So more AC.
Yeah, I completely forgot to do it, but it's important. His AC is 21 now.
That's chill.
All three attacks would hit, but he's gonna use two again.
He's not gonna. He doesn't need to. He needs to heal himself. Is what he needs to do.
Yeah, but he's using shield and
As a reaction.
and none of the Blackfang's three attacks, which would have hit because he has
Suck
advantage.
it.
Then it's Kalen's turn. He failed again, right? Yeah, he did.
He turns into a werewolf.
And he yells down to Layla, what's going on in there? She goes down back and says, there's kids locked up. I'm trying to set them free. And he is going to Misty Step and join her.
Oh, it's safe in there? Peace.
Oh, is it really? Oh.
Because he's going to try and help as well. He's going to like Misty Step. I guess he can't like know where she is, but he's going to run over to where she is and rip the collar off the one she was going to rip the collar off of.
Rip.
Okay. Lionel.
Richie.
Grudok's turn.
What? Lionel. Okay.
So I'm afraid of the werewolves right now. Right? Is it both of them or just
You frightened in general. You have the frightened condition, but it's just Blackfang. So you can't get closer to that Blackfang.
Okay. Does she still have her shield up?
She
only used it the first round,
She
right?
does not have one.
I think I will run up to her and use my sword attacks.
You do have disadvantage still because
you can see.
you can
Blackfang.
see Blackfang, but you can still try. It's like there's literally nothing else you can do about it.
Sounds like jolly music.
The video I was playing on this is only 30 minutes.
So that one is at, let's see, how to do math, 18.
It hits.
It's 1d6 plus 4. Why can't I see it? There we go.
That one game.
That's going to be 10 damage.
You like have to keep it, like turn
And
it,
then-
and then you have to, like,
So I can still use my other attack.
And you have sneak attack because oh wait, no, he's prone. He's
I do remember that game.
you don't have sneak.
Oh, you're.
What about
Sorry,
that?
you're.
Oh yeah, no, you're next. Yeah, no, yeah. So you still get sneak.
So would I do that again? Just
Yeah,
two more
whatever your
d6?
sneak attack damage is. I think it's 2d6 or is it 1d6?
And like every time I like do like,
For
like
sneak
metallic
attack,
thing, every time I like
You're running it on
Why does that sound so
2d6.
familiar?
Well, it should say on your phone, but he's level 3, so it should be.
It should
Sneak
be
attack
three,
at
it should
level-
be 3d6.
No, it should be 2. It's every 2 levels goes up. So yeah, you have 2d6 extra as well.
Okay.
So roll 2d6. What damage did you say you did?
I did 10.
Okay.
And that's another 4 damage. And then I will attack with my bonus action again.
Yep.
Let's see. 6. Yeah, I don't think that's enough. Okay. Why can't I read anymore? That's 11.
To hit.
Yeah.
It does not hit.
Okay. And then I'll just back away to where I am.
Yep. Bell.
Okay. I'm going to, not moving at all, burning hands right in front of me.
Nice.
I don't know if this counts for like my ranger favored foe feature. Would that count? Like,
What does it say again?
so the first time on each of your turns that you hit the favored enemy and deal damage to it, include damage. But like I'm not hitting it technically, right? Because I'm not
don't think
rolling
so.
to hit. Okay. But would my combustion damage work? Let's see. Once her attack or spell deals. Okay, yeah. So I would deal extra damage with that.
Yeah.
So
burning hands is that a
dexterity saving throw.
Yep. That's for what's his name? Roderick. Okay. Blackfang fails at first. It uses a legendary resistance.
Okay.
One of his two. It's dexterity and gets 18. So I'm guessing it's
Half damage?
half damage.
Yeah. So it would be 12 half to 6. And then at the end of my turn, all 3 of them will take 2 more fire damage.
Cool.
And that one didn't cost a spell slot.
Is it a cantrip?
Nope, it was a spell, but I have its feature of mine.
So it was 7 minus an extra 2. So
Oh, also, so like, as they're taking this damage, those that you're still like in the room near me, you can feel the heat, but it's weird because the people that are next to you like seem to be like burned by it, but you're not. You're just kind of like almost like happily warmed by. I don't know.
It's nice and toasty.
Yeah.
nice and toasty.
Back at Grandmama's.
Yeah.
Back in grandma
Just sit by the fireplace.
It is Hockey's turn.
Okay.
Who are you going to give? I mean, which one are you going to use the advantage thing on? I guess.
I guess Ned again. She's
Oh, and my friend.
But
was on,
you mean like it's against the enemy, so it would be against
That's against Eleanor.
Eleanor. Yeah. Okay. So the next attack against Eleanor has an
I'll try.
So now it's Black Dick.
It's Roderick.
No, it's Black Dick. Blackfang.
What? It's not.
Okay.
What did you write on there?
Black Dick.
So Bernard.
Lionel is further up. That's
I'm
Black
so
Dick.
confused. Well, if you wrote the actual names, you wouldn't be confused by it.
That's
It's
Black.
Roderick's turn.
That's Roderick. No, Black Dick, because you thought Roderick was Blackfang. Blackfang.
I did think Roderick was Black Dick. Roderick is Black Dick. Roderick, Black Dick.
Okay, Roderick is going to go up to Rudolph.
What'd you want to think?
Put it away because it was too distracting.
So now you have that.
Does 16 hit?
I want to say no.
I want to say no. Seriously.
So the good for you, the bite attack misses.
No, my armor class is 15.
So you take 7 slashing damage as his claws come down on you. Okay. Yep. That's right. Yep. Okay.
I'm dead.
And then it's Bernard's turn. Nothing visible happens.
Okay.
I'm not.
It's Eleanor's turn.
Okay.
She
She grows a
is not
heart.
actually super combat heavy. She's more of the.
She is
Seems she
muted.
can't speak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She
she
can't
is.
speak. So she knows. She obviously knows she can't speak. So I'm not going to try and fucking do a verbal spell. But
She's like
try to
coughing.
keep doing that on
She
her.
should try it just in case.
Just try it.
Shut
damn,
up.
dude, most of these actually have verbal components. Fuck, that's so good.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep muting her.
I know.
Give me a
time.
Okay, no. She looks down at you because you're the one that muted her. Oops. And points to your head.
No!
Shit.
Mind
Make a-
spike.
Make a wisdom saving throw. Revelation.
We're never gonna know what his head looks like.
Yeah, we're gonna see the inside of his head.
I mean, I'm still at,
Just never
I'm
see his
basically
face,
at full
but-
health, so I don't think she can make my head explode that well. How's a 4 sound?
You take 14 psychic damage.
Oh my god!
So she's technically concentrating on you, but she doesn't really care about the second part, so I'm not gonna...
Second part? I'm sorry.
Well, the second part is she can always know where you are
Oh.
when you're within range or whatever, but she doesn't really
Oh,
care about
technically I can only add the extra damage to one target.
it. Okay.
So give Roderick an extra 2 for this time. Sorry.
You gotta play it properly.
I don't it honestly.
I will play it honestly if you guys play it honestly.
Okay.
Okay.
My turn. My turn.
Eleanor did her thing.
Yep, she did. My turn.
She can't. Let me check if she can do any of those actions.
Ah.
I'm gonna make sure she uses her spell slot.
I'm scared.
Actually, yes. She's gonna bonus action to the other side of the room, just so she's out of the combat.
So like over here?
Like, yeah, maybe one more forward. She's not like trying to get out the door, but
Like that.
yeah.
Just trying to get out of it.
She teleported over there, Misty Step?
Yeah, this is the. I gotta use the spell slot.
Everyone knows this.
Because they're all elves.
Yeah.
So you're racist.
In my world, like,
You said
so
we're
it's
all-
like an elf
wait,
trait,
You
basically.
said we're all elves.
I said they're all elves.
Oh.
Thought I had it.
Wait, so he's not an elf.
Is it my
I
turn?
No.
never studied character, so...
What else is she doing?
Because Blackfang is going to use his last legendary action to attack you with his claws. Just one claw attack. That would have been a natural 20 if it wasn't cocked.
Hey, question. If she's using Misty Step, she doesn't get. I don't get an opportunity attack, do I?
No.
I'm guessing that 10 does not hit. Okay, now it's a natural still.
Oh my god! Fucking finally!
Too bad she's all the way over there now.
Doesn't matter.
She has
my
range
walking
stuff.
distance is.
Oh, yeah, true.
My walking distance is 30 feet.
She's gonna cut her face off.
But if you walk past the werewolf, you get opportunity attack. You have Misty Step, remember?
I don't have Misty Step.
Whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called.
I don't want to use that though. I had so many other things planned.
You can do it. You just get an attack of opportunity against you. He might miss. Just do it. It gives a shit. You have plate armor on.
You do you. What
What's
do
your
you
AC?
What do you want to do?
19.
Oh, shit, you want
19.
Okay, fine. I'm going for it because you made me feel better about myself. Okay, 5, 10. Roderick, try to hit me. I want to go here because my walking distance is 30 feet. I want to get.
You can do
You
one.
can
die.
do one, yeah.
Okay. So attack of opportunity is cocked. Is not gonna hit.
K.
Calm down.
Looking at the whore.
Okay.
I am casting Hex against
Yay!
her. So she is
There's a
hexed.
thingy for that. Hex thing.
There is a Hex.
Sorry.
Or hex blade.
So
Are
I'm
you
looking
gonna
at
be able
her.
to mute her
I am
again?
casting Hex. She is also frightened of me still because it
Oh, also I
lasts
should-
a minute.
Yep.
I can meet her a total of 3 more times if I don't.
And I am
use
going
any
in
else.
with my Void Blade, my Void Touch Blade, which is my Hex weapon. Okay. Just gotta make sure I do this right.
I forget, do we have an actual
Blade.
It's hex blade's curse, I think.
Plus my Hex weapon. I just have to make sure how
Right.
much more does Hex do.
But I don't see it.
You have that.
We have used it before, I think.
Oh yeah, because of armor.
Well, maybe not. Maybe just put something upside down on it.
I'll give her a hunter's mark as well.
Yeah, that works. Hunter's mark works.
Wrong person.
Dancing around.
You guys married?
Maybe.
Okay, hold on.
You two
I
are
need to
sharing a
find
ring.
out how much does Hex give me.
He doesn't
I
accept
think it's 1d6 or 1d8.
Hex.
I
hold on,
reject
hold on,
that.
hold on, hold on, hold on. 1D,
I don't believe in
1D,
traditional
1D,
marriage.
1D,
You what?
1D6.
I don't believe in
Okay,
traditional
okay,
marriage.
1D6. Okay.
Fair.
So then we're gonna go over here. Wait, touch
not
blade.
real.
Okay. And I have advantage. Monkey uses his
Yes,
third.
yes.
17 plus 6, 23.
Roll again, just in case you crit.
I do not crit.
Okay, 23 hits.
Okay, 23 hits. So then we're gonna do 2d8 because I'm doing my
Weapon.
she's my weapon and she is frightened of me.
Yep.
And which gives me a +2 plus my rending blade. I dropped one
So it's 2d8 plus 2.
Okay. Okay. 2d8. 6 and an 8. So 14
Plus
plus 2
16.
is 16 plus a 1d6 from Hex is a 6.
How
So
do
22.
you want to do this?
Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
No way.
No, not.
I'm so happy for you right now.
That was perfect.
Fucking crying!
That was perfect.
Okay. What I want to do is I want to come up behind her and I want to take my sword and I want to put it in her mouth, grab the other end of my sword, and just go right in her mouth and just take off the top half of her head.
And the top half of her head comes off.
Wait.
Fuck.
And as you do that, you hear a whisper in your head.
Oh, fuck.
I was gonna say, how many people have you killed now with a sword?
And it's only in a language you can understand,
Do you need to text it to me?
but it just says... Again, your turn.
Alright, just whatever.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
First time she kills someone in the campaign. It's like the final boss fight. It's great.
Okay, so
Someone
get
should
up.
How many have you killed now? You know how many you've killed.
Okay,
I
so
do
get
know how
up,
many
so
I've
that's 20, right? Get up half movement? Or?
It's half movement. Is it half movement?
What's your
Yes.
body count?
Body count.
Which body are you talking about?
Well, I think I can presume.
How many
that one of them-
sentient humans have you killed? Sentient beings.
Did you get a death token? Where's your death token?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you have that.
Yes.
I'm like, give me a fucking death token for this whore. This fucking garbage pile
She
of
was.
being.
Oh, she's a wizard. So
Oh, and you muting her. You muting her.
That was perfect.
That was
That was
perfect. That was what we needed. Your
She was so
hunter's-
sarcastic anyway.
I know, your hunter's mark, does that move from her?
That was you.
No, that's your
That
hex.
was your
play.
hex.
Oh, that's my hex?
Yeah.
But you move it
Yeah,
with a
my
bonus
hex.
action or something?
It bonus action moves, but I used hex, which is my bonus action.
So you can use next
No,
turn.
next turn you can use hex to move it. Without consuming a spell slot.
Okay. So, 20.
That was perfect.
So I'll go one diagonal to, so like right behind Blackfang.
Yep.
And then I'll do.
Yeah, I grab my sword and it cuts into my hand a little bit and I just.
Fuck, that doesn't hit.
You have inspiration if you want to use it.
She just shoots me.
You also have. Is he flanked? Oh, no, I don't think so. Is it?
He's flanked by Belle.
We're like on.
That
I
was
don't know if
right
it counts.
there.
Yeah, you kind of have to have it on opposite sides.
Yeah.
So flanking is
Like,
supposed
how's
to be like opposite
I mean,
sides.
Yeah.
You could move. Yeah, no, we'll say you can move.
Okay,
So just move two over
move
to
one,
Emily. Yeah,
so
now you
it's
have advantage. So it's not leaving his range.
Stab him in the butt
I'll try.
Cool.
Go up his ass. With your sword.
and just carve up his ass.
There's 19.
Yes.
Yummy.
So that'll be D10. Where's my D10?
Not kidding. It was like legit. It was.
Was it exact or did
Nah,
I go?
it was over. You overkilled
You
her.
overdid it.
I got like what, 22?
Total, she only had 46 hit points.
And I did 22.
So you did 20 something, and she was less than half.
I do 10 damage.
Wonderful. No, it's Blackfang, right?
Yeah, I guess nothing. Then I do my key points.
I feel kind of bad because I know you wanted to kill her too.
Oh no. I'm.
Get black.
He's chilling.
And again, I don't need finishing glory.
You care more about killing her because of children.
Yeah.
Then I do Fury of Blades.
Yep.
Shit.
They both have advantage.
Oh, they
So it'd count like that as one roll and then do the second one.
do. Okay, so that one hits because that's 18 exact.
In case you crit.
And then that's 19 plus
Yep.
whatever.
So both of them hit.
So 3, 5, 8. Shit. 13 damage.
Okay.
3, 5, 8.
He is now bloodied.
Uh-oh.
When he is first bloodied,
He goes into...
he goes into a frenzy, which is not something you've encountered before, because usually they attack once when they get bloodied.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
He gets in a frenzy, especially because his lover just died, and attacks you 3 times.
His lover.
This cheating stank.
Well, they technically have.
Maybe it's an open relationship, you know?
You cannot just go that way.
23,
This man
How
cannot...
old is Eleanor?
19,
This man could not pull out of a
And
driveway if he
13.
wanted to.
All but the last one.
okay.
Sorry.
That was good.
He just blocked everything.
Wait, who is he cheating on?
He dated like freaking everyone.
He dated
Oh,
a
yeah,
person-
he-
I said he could not pull out of a driveway if he wanted to.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a good one, right?
You take 22 points of slashing damage.
Are you alive?
I'm down.
As he goes into a frenzy and just starts ripping into you.
Okay,
With
I'm
his
coming.
claws.
I'm coming. I'm
You're
coming.
about to get me killed again.
We haven't had this happen, have we?
No, this is the first time.
Yes! I'm so excited!
First time he's gone down.
So his armor is actually getting slashed. And you can kind of, you would be able to see into it a little bit as you're looking at his cloth that he's wearing on him. But inside, black smoke is in there, ejecting from all the scratch marks that he has.
Does
You
he
can't
have
actually
a
see
physical
inside of him.
form?
Oh my god.
I mean, he does because of his clothes.
End of Gen's turn, he's going to do his piercing howl again because he's fucking pissed off because his lover just died. So everyone do a wisdom saving throw.
I'm immune from being frightened for a minute.
You are. Don't do a wisdom saving throw.
You automatically succeed.
Because I'm fucking scary as I am.
So it's just you two then.
I have 13.
This is a 15.
You pass, you fail.
Yeah, no!
You're frightened.
Stop getting scared.
Why am I so scared? I've literally seen shit.
it's
on
Scaredy
Layla's-
cat.
It's Layla's turn. She's gonna
I've seen some shit out here.
lockpick again. She's gonna take the lockpick off there. But she can't do anything else. But she's gonna, actually no, she's gonna trust Kaelin and she's gonna bonus action away. Bonus action teleport away.
Where to?
Outside the room.
That's it.
And then she's gonna run up to Roderick.
Yeah.
Stupid bitch. Come here.
Wait, does she start motor burning him? Or?
Of course.
Yeah, when wolves turn, they just get like.
Yeah. Didn't you know?
That's not the werewolf
That's
I'm
their
used to.
secret, like Achilles heel.
They're not within 5 feet of each other, are they? The two werewolves?
They're 10 feet apart.
Hopefully that's good.
She's actually going to move over one more so she gets advantage. So,
Like, in between them more?
yeah, in between them.
Oh, so she goes in between.
Yeah.
Why are you so scared?
Stop being such a.
Hey, I haven't seen werewolves before. I've seen.
You have
Cthulhu.
definitely. You've seen werewolves
Okay,
before.
okay.
We've all seen them.
But these are like the top tier.
You're right, you're right.
werewolves.
You've seen baby ones.
These are level 100 boss.
I've seen Cthulhu.
You've seen Cthulhu, excuse me?
I'm out on the ocean.
Oh, write that down.
18 piercing damage to Roderick. She can't do a bonus action because she's teleported.
I'm just kidding. That was a lie.
Damn, I didn't get to see a reaction to the whole smoke thing.
It was. Ooh. Actually, I don't even know if I was like making it because I was processing it, but like. I have
Oh,
two
he still
theories,
has
sir.
smoke coming out of his body.
I have two theories, crew.
Whose turn is
I
it?
need to get a.
Is
closer
it like
look at
the
your
thing
actual skin
from,
if you have it.
Oh, Hayward. Hayward's
Like
pissed off
chemical-
again.
My chemical
Sorry.
whatever.
You
So he's going to attack Layla.
Wait, what?
You start sticking your fingers in the hole, I will kill you.
I might.
What's that?
I'm
like,
fire,
alchemist
you're
show?
smoke,
Death
you're
Alchemist.
darkness,
Is he like the brother from like Death Alchemy or whatever that show's about?
full on alchemist.
Yeah.
Death Alchemy.
You're just an
He's-
empty shell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Soul bonded.
okay, yes, you caught me, I'm Alphonse.
You are Alphonse. Jesus.
It's not called Death Alchemy.
Nope, it's definitely not.
I'm
It's
pretty
called
sure,
life alchemy.
I'm pretty sure you're combining Death Note and...
Yeah, Death
That's-
Alchemy.
That's when you're getting Death Alchemy.
Death Alchemy Sisterhood.
I can't tell if I'm like describing this the right way.
No.
Layla takes 36 points of piercing
Oh,
damage
just that.
and fails her Constitution saving throw.
So she's a werewolf.
She's turning to one.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, she's just cursed, right?
Only
She's
Kaelin can
turning-
save her.
Oh no, yeah, she's just cursed. You're right. Where is she? Where is she? So many fucking things. Never doing this again.
You literally did it last time.
And you probably will do it again later.
No, it's just because it's the end of the thing. She is immediately bloody, like bad.
Well, it would for me, it'd be dead. So
I would be gone for sure.
Kaelin's turn. He's gonna go up and unlock.
the final.
Then she already unlocked the page.
Yeah, unlock the cage. He's gonna take the collars off both of them and just use all of his stuff for the turn, just to get it done. And then, so how he moves one square and then he moves as much as he can the other way.
Okay, so 1 square, and then I don't know how much is that.
6, 7. He's in Blade Song, so it's extra.
4, 5. Where's he going?
Towards Blackfang.
6.
I'm so glad that these two are here just to be like meat shields for me.
6, 7. And he's like crammed in there.
And then it's Lionel's turn, and the door smashes open
And
as he limps in
okay, so see, he won.
He survived.
with bites all over his body,
Uh-oh, shit.
Well, he's gonna become the thing he hated
and
most.
says, "I'm going to fucking kill you," and transforms into a werewolf.
Oh my god.
Yikes!
That fast?
Yep.
I
Yeah,
know,
you saw it during the fight, the very first fight. People
Oh,
were turning
yeah.
like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, but that was,
But that was
like
because of the full
on a
moon.
though.
That's true.
But this is him just literally embracing it immediately, and then he
Alright, I
leaps
can
up,
respect that.
Please tell me
Right
he has
at
control
Blackfang.
over himself.
And then
and he's just going to try and attack midair as he's jumping over him.
there's a straight
He
backflip.
rolls a natural 20.
Oh my fucking god.
Rip his head off.
Yeah. That's epic.
Just 14, 17,
Just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17.
Like that.
Except he's a little cooler and more badassy when he does it.
I think you're pretty cool and badass too. Thank you, actually.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. He's just cool, but you're the badass because you got a badass.
That was so bad.
I know.
I only accept ass numbers.
That's the point.
It's only me.
Is anyone else here bloodied?
Nope.
No.
I think. Who
I'm on
is
fire.
bloodied?
Does that count?
Layla
I
is
mean,
bloodied.
I'm
Okay.
more than bloodied.
You dead.
So at the end of Lionel's turn, he's going to use one of his legendary actions to attack Layla,
What the fuck?
and because he's in a bloodlust, because he's bloodied and she's bloodied, he's going to do extra damage to her. So next attack next turn.
Yeah, hey, spots open up for a real fiance.
So how about we turn this relationship into a more professional?
Does a 19, so it hits.
Clearly, once we've like bonded over this final mission, our first mission, we have to have an orgy to like seal the deal, right?
Yes!
Yeah,
I'm so excited!
And she takes 17 points of
pass
damage.
things.
Is she down?
She is
You
at
don't want
1
us
hit
to touch your
point.
smoky
Oh
balls.
my god.
Not even kidding.
Don't say it like that.
Are we gonna do it in the sewers like a hit?
I mean,
Now it's Grudok's turn.
Oh fuck, okay.
Oh,
Okay, I think I'm going to... Can you move me further away? I'm gonna use my gun.
Like how far?
Wait, no, wait. I'm gonna attack my sword first. And then use my gun for the bonus action. Oof. That is... 21 to hit.
Yeah.
And then do I have... Sneak attack, whatever?
On which one? Roderick?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I roll 3d6.
3d6.
That's going to be 13 damage.
Yes.
And then I'm going to back away.
He is bloodied, and he attacks you.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, was he not already bloodied?
No, he is now 19.
I am at very low health.
No, 19 to
19 to
hit.
hit.
Oh, fuck, okay.
You
It'll be
take
30
7
damage.
points of damage.
Okay, that's much better.
No. That would be insane. With one claw attack from a regular werewolf.
Okay. So I'm going to back away, kind of closer to the wall in the corner. And then I'm going to shoot my gun.
Over here.
Yes.
So that's
your
bonus action.
flintlock.
Flintlock pistol. Fuck. That's going to be 10 to hit.
It does not hit.
Okay.
You do have inspiration if you want to use it.
Sure, fuck. Use the inspiration.
Pull the trigger.
Oh, fuck. No.
I saw that from.
Yeah, it's going to be 13.
No.
Fuck!
I thought that was a 2.
No, it was...
Okay.
Bell's turn?
I'm going to
I
back
match
up
prime.
just to there.
I start crying.
So I'm still within 10 feet of both of them, ideally.
Can
I'm
you
going,
get attack of opportunity? Or?
I still have Zephyr Strike though.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to pull out my bow, release into his face, hopefully.
Nice.
Okay. Which die am I using?
The one that doesn't give you
suck.
4.
Okay, that's a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
And it's going to be... So it'll be this die, and this one, and this one. Plus 7. So that's 12, 19 total damage.
Nice.
And then at the end of my turn...
Against, Blackfang?
Blackfang. At the end of my turn, both Blackfang and Brewdog, not Brewdog,
Oh fuck! I was like,
Roderick.
Roderick are going to take 2
I
more
was like,
fire.
that's not very nice. Why the fuck you doing
Because
that?
you were saying too close to me.
I like when I backed up, I like did like a spin on the ground and like I'm on my knees, like one leg up, and I want to say like there's like a trail of fire, kind of like from where I was and where I moved on the ground.
Kind of hot.
whose turn is it? Hockey's turn?
Okay. Hockey will give advantage against. Oh wait, there's. Never mind. Against Blackfang.
Yes.
Blackfang gets advantage.
Blackfang gets advantage against.
So I was like, wait, there's
Roderick?
three wolves
Fuck, who was Roderick?
I'm gonna cry.
now? Are you like doing death saves?
Not yet. I mean, yeah, but not yet. It's
Yeah,
my
but
turn.
not yet. What the fuck does that mean?
It's not my turn yet.
Make
so
up your
no.
freaking mind.
He is going to attack Layla!
Bye, Layla.
I'm gonna get that ring ready.
Oh my god, shut
Holy
the
shit, I've rolled like 5 20s tonight.
What?
I don't think I've still rolled a single nat 20 this entire campaign.
I probably have ones for like
You
something really
sure you
stupid.
rolled at least one.
I've got maybe, but not in combat.
Okay, probably not.
I
She
probably have like
takes-
the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
That wasn't important.
Yeah.
12 points of damage and is down.
Does this poop smell bad? Roll a d20.
This is poop.
Yeah, no, just like think of something stupid to roll for.
Roll 20.
And she's just like, ah, as she gets clawed in the chest.
Is she cursed?
I know, that's
She is
She's already
currently turning.
Well, no.
Well, she's in the process of
She is,
being.
yeah,
werewolf.
yeah, but she's also down. So, oh, it's Anethra's turn.
Okay.
First off, F Jen. You don't get your healing.
That's Jen.
You said Jen.
Because
Sorry,
you called
Jen.
me Jen. Oh, wait.
Jennifer.
Okay.
Did you
I didn't
actually-
mean to do it.
Okay.
I mean, I did. I definitely did.
I thought you were mocking him.
Okay,
No.
so I've done this, and I'm just gonna grab her hair, and I'm gonna pull off, the little skin that's still sticking to her body, and just, and
gonna
then,
skin
Chuck her
her?
the wolf.
the skin on the back of her was still sticking from her head to her body. So I'm just
Well,
gonna
you ripped it off all the way.
rip that apart. I'm gonna drop that, and I'm just gonna walk
Drop it on its
forward
head.
as my body takes back its purpley form, as my void form fades. I'm gonna walk forward towards Gen, blood just spattered across me.
Can I
I'm
help you?
gonna reach out.
scared.
I'm gonna reach
You're gonna
out.
put your void to his void.
You're gonna touch voids?
We combine our voids into one.
And-
Touches that's got the.
I'm
Oh
gonna.
god, Jen, you're pregnant.
I'm gonna put my hand on his arm, and one of my middle fingers is just gonna slip.
You hear a moan.
You don't even need to do the spell. He's healed. No, we're like.
The world is
Are you
stopping.
doing cleansing void?
I'm doing cleansing void. You're gonna
gonna cleanse
He's
his void?
tenting. He's tenting. What's happening? But it's fine.
The world just turn around and like.
You get 12 hit points back. That's actually max that I can
That's
do.
really good, yeah.
Yeah, you get 12 hit points back. and
Dude,
then,
your smoke is leaking.
Yes.
You want to contain that?
And then I am going to bonus action. Boner reaction.
We all have all been there.
Dude, I thought you already bonered action me.
Did not boner action you.
That was just.
And then as a bonus action, as you're starting to come to consciousness, you just look over and my form just, and I just disappear from existence in front of your eyes. And I'm going to spatial rift in front of this motherfucker, and I don't know if I get an attack, a surprise attack or something. Okay.
That's just if you leave his range. Or he
And
leaves your range.
yeah.
Because your spell was an action, right? Yeah. So unless you have a bonus action. Oh, you can use your bonus action to hex him. Move your hex to him.
Alright,
I
so
can do that.
Yeah. Because if it was supposed to be done last turn. No, I don't think it was.
No, it was. This is my first one.
This is round. Is this round 3 or 2?
It's like round like 4 or 5.
I think it's the end of 3. I think we're about to start 3 or 4.
I don't know. I've
I've been trying to keep track because mine only lasts for a minute.
Yeah.
But-
Okay. But yeah, you put your hex on.
Okay, I'll put my hex on this
Thing.
fucker.
Again, it's your turn. You're lying on the ground.
And you have
Yeah.
12 hit points left.
I get up. I don't notice the smoke, right?
Well, like it kind of,
or does it heal?
it only really happens when he goes down. So like, it recedes into your arm, and then your like armor starts like patching over.
What are you? To repeat Anethra's first question.
It's me.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, I will attack with katana.
Oh my god, it's doing the fucking.
Why
Why can't I just make like a 3-hour combat music so I can
Yeah.
just leave it going for the whole time?
I mean, now that
Shit,
you've
fine,
killed
baby.
her bloody
That
man, it could be
misses.
like John.
Did you use
Yeah.
your inspiration already?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you still have your
bitch.
2 extra attacks.
That batch.
You want to use it?
That
Fucking
big
batch.
I'll use my
That big batch.
Lori.
Fury Blades.
She was a bitch.
CTH.
Oh, wait, no, you
She's my
have
favorite.
advantage on it because Kaelin is like on the other
If I
side.
can say that in every
Oh, yeah.
episode, I will.
So do one with D20 for the first.
That just needs to be
in
like
case.
the
Catch her.
Easter egg.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're out this time. So advantage on both of them.
Ooh.
We'll do 2 at a time,
Why
just
did
so
I
you
have
know.
that?
Yeah. So this is the first one.
First one
They just have to wait.
hits
Yep.
for dirty 20. Second one misses 2 4s on.
So you just get your Tanto out, slice that in.
So then that is a total of, what is that, 4? Yeah, so that's total of 8. Yeah, 8 damage.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Okay,
Nice.
I wanna grab the Tonto and just like, just cut through it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. There's still one more up, so
Ooh, Lionel's gonna be fucking
I was just thinking about that.
Layla is
Take that
down.
vinyl.
Put him down. We just destroyed like half
Passes
of
her
the building of the
save.
city.
So she gets 1 pass on her save.
Oh shit, I should have left.
Hayward is down.
Shit.
Who's down?
Hayward.
say Hayward.
Hayward.
Kaelin is going to. Can he heal? He has a potion. He goes up to Layla and shoves a potion down her throat. So
Wow.
she gets
The only thing that
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
I was
that-
gonna say,
that's
can he
like
shove
valid.
something else down?
gets
the only thing is just there.
5 hit points back, which
She's
is
on
up.
field. I'll have you
But
heal.
she's up.
He's a heavy boy.
And it's Lionel's turn, and he bites down on the head that you just cut off
Oh,
and shatters it.
oh.
Right through the skull.
As it's still like transferring back to human. Just like
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna,
It's like transforming back into a human. It's half human, half werewolf, and he just bites into it.
I'm gonna just be like, you.
It's like
you
escargot.
You do you.
And then he jumps at the other one and uses claws. And it does hit, surprisingly. I didn't think I would.
You're going batshit crazy.
Does 10 damage. Fuck you doing? And Rudolph's turn.
I can shoot him from here, right?
I can shoot him from here, can I?
Do I just have one gun left? Or one? I don't. Oh wait, I don't remember. I didn't
How many
remember
have you
if I
shot?
I've just shot once. I don't remember how the reloading works.
Well,
Yeah,
it's if you
fine.
miss. If misses count. So I don't think you have any left.
Oh, okay.
I think you'd have to just run up to him.
Okay, I'll just run through them.
You're also not frightened anymore because,
Because he's dead.
yeah.
Okay, so you run up, do your thing,
Ooh, fuck.
girl.
You definitely have advantage. He's completely surrounded.
Oh, fuck
He has no escape.
Oh fuck.
it's that
Okay.
scene at the end of Death Proof.
That's not
Like
gonna make it.
surrounding
That's
him and just like
14.
beating the
It
crap out
hits.
of him.
Oh fuck. Okay.
He's a regular werewolf. He's not Blackfang.
Yay! Okay. So I do sneak damage.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
36.
Please let me just end this mofo. Fuck. That's gonna be 5 damage.
Plus your
Oh.
sword. Whatever you plus thing having those on it.
Yeah. +4. So that's gonna be 9 damage.
He had 8 hit points. How do you want to do this?
I'm just gonna take my sword and I'm just gonna shove it right up into his heart and
Nice.
just rip it out.
Love it.
That's hot.
Heart's still like pulsing.
And that's the end of combat.
The fire is like gonna immediately like go out on me. And I'm just gonna kind of like I'm still kneeling, I guess. I'm just gonna kind of like brace myself.
Trying not to pass out.
I'm just
How
gonna be
much
holding
did-
my sword at my side,
How much did
just
what?
kind
How
of
much
like.
did Blackfang have left?
How much damage?
When you attacked him?
Yeah.
How much what?
Okay.
Also none.
I
I
did
also
literally
have
just
spell
have to hit
slots
with
if
one
people need
attack.
healing.
Damn it.
I was gonna say I didn't take a single thing of damage, but I only have like 1 spell slot left.
Okay, you guys are all standing there. You're coming down from the high of combat. Lionel is standing there as a werewolf. And
This is awkward.
transforms back into a human, because he uses his whatever, shape change thing.
Okay, so
And
that's
says, "Father, you have been avenged." And then grabs his sword and just slits his own throat.
Oh!
He refuses to be a werewolf.
Oh!
So unless you guys are going to try and heal him...
No, I'm gonna go to the children actually.
Yeah.
Oh shit, do I look scary?
Currently.
Covered in blood.
Am I covered in like blood?
I'm sure there's some shit. That's what I thought.
I turned to Karen and I'm like, can you help or
Is it too late for him
To...
to
cure him?
to one pull him back up and not die, and two.
Oh yeah, no, he's like doing death saves. He's not technically dead.
Who-
And,
who-
and Kalen walks up to him and,
I-
and removes curse.
Okay.
So there's still a chance.
He says, "There are other ways of curing your werewolf curse."
Yeah.
So yeah, now he's like bleeding on the floor, not a werewolf.
I'll heal.
And he like is healed, but he doesn't immediately come to. He's kind of just completely exhausted. He had bites all over him and everything, and he's just he's
7 hit
healed.
points if you care.
He's healed. He's alive. He's just unconscious.
Does anyone else need healing?
I'm gonna in
How
the
much?
room with the kids.
Oh, you
I'm just
have
gonna
I
like
have 12.
each of them. I'm gonna be like.
I'm at 14, I think.
And like
Well,
as
I mean,
I'm
I can
touching,
just-
I'm gonna do like
14
1
out
or
of
2
28,
hit
so
points,
okay.
1 or 2 hit points.
I mean, if we're
The
not
other
going to
one is
combat,
dead.
just use a key point to
I
heal
know.
myself.
And like looks kind of husky, like she was drained of life a little
Oh.
bit. But
Kids?
yeah, the one that was killed.
I'm just gonna take out
4 hit points.
5.
I can't be disappointed of like you killing Eleanor so badassly. There was one thing I was gonna do with her, but it honestly is nowhere near as cool as what happened. Just you getting the killing blow on her after doing shit damage the first attack. It was like, oh, it's fucking
Doing
perfect.
literally like 6, 5, whatever damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so bad.
Just kept moving.
Okay, I'm at 17.
Loot the room.
Yeah. I have a question for you too. This is retroactive. Do I have any idea what that ring that she was at?
You haven't.
Cindy was talking
You've
about?
You have heard legends of a very powerful ring
A ring to rule them all.
related to
An Elden Ring?
Yeah.
the elemental plane of fire that has the power to control elementals, among other
interesting.
things. But that's what you've heard from it.
Interesting.
What was I thinking?
Keyword.
Loot the bodies or everything.
Yeah, loot.
You kind of like look around a bit. There's not a whole lot of like salvageable stuff because the room's a mess. But some of the vials you see and you look at and inspect, you can see that the vials are werewolf venom.
So there was a way.
There answers that question.
I take him.
You take 3 werewolf venom vials that are still around.
I'm sitting here and I'm playing patty cake with like.
There are 5 potions of healing, 3 potions of greater healing.
Who wants?
Okay,
who
I
wants-
was gonna say I can write this down. Real
you have the
quick.
bag of holding.
Just do it on Discord because there's a Discord for inventory.
Oh, that's
channel.
right. Give me a second here.
We should bring these children to where Hugo is, maybe.
She healed some of them, didn't you? Yeah. They're children; they don't have much hit points, which is why like it didn't really matter
I
what
was
the
giving
attack
them, like
rolled.
1 or 2
Yeah.
apiece.
No, but that helps a lot.
Yeah, because I'm assuming they only have like 5. It's starting.
I'm gonna pull out my flute and just play some calming music for them.
Is there like a blanket in the room that I could throw over the deceased child? Because I would like to do that.
Because you're kind of looting the main room and It has storage things in there and stuff.
D&D,
go pet-
is it
pet
inventory?
I think it's party inventory or
Those
something.
Party
Ah.
inventory. There it is.
So it's 5 potions of healing, 3 potions of greater healing.
Jesus, hold on. Potions, healing.
Hockey's gonna go in the room and just kind of like crawl around, and they can pet him.
Okay, 5 potions of healing, 3 potions of greater
I
healing.
just need to check one map. 800 gold pieces.
800
These nuts.
gold pieces.
You loot his body, and you find out the sword that Hayward had. How do you check? How do you identify something?
There's an identify spell.
Yeah, there's an
Otherwise,
I don't think any of us have the identity.
You can do like Arcana over a long rest, I think it is, or short rest or something.
That's like a ritual, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like.
I'm not a wizard.
Well, do an Arcana check.
13.
It is a Dragon Slayer short sword.
Isn't that for somewhere?
It's close enough to the last campaign. So the short sword instead of a long sword. But he had it for reasons. And braces of lesser defense.
what's the braces of lesser defense? Only +1?
So it's +1 and doesn't require attunement.
If anyone doesn't want those.
While wearing these braces, you gain a +1 to AC if you are wearing no armor and using no shield. The only person here who doesn't wear armor. But the short sword, yes, short sword is like, it's a Dragon Slayer short sword.
That doesn't wear armor. What?
He doesn't wear armor.
He doesn't technically wear armor.
Oh.
His
But I'll
armor
use
that
it,
he's wearing
right?
is not actually
Oh, yeah, I do
armor.
You wear
I think so.
So yeah, give me.
Cover up the wounds of your smoky.
And it's already patched up.
What the
Magic
fuck was
armor,
that noise
magic
earlier?
gloves.
And that's the loot you find.
I saw that you were like smoking. Was it like, did you get hit by my fire somehow? Like,
You were sitting.
Yes, that must have been it.
I think everyone has a little bit of questions and stuff going on here. What are you guys doing? You gonna lead the kids out? We're gonna be finished.
You check out this other room.
Caitlin, is
Yeah.
there a location that play that can take the children to? Maybe the place that's a prequel.
I don't know if we need to go to Dawncrist or whatever, or not Dawncrist, Fairwind, but I'm sure there's somewhere here that presumably from the slums. Maybe we can return them there and see if they have any
We could take.
family or anyone.
We could take them to Wakefield.
Wakefield was trying to help.
She could tend to them.
I think that's a good idea. You go into the room off to the side, and it's a lavatory. They were waiting in the toilet.
that's gonna be so funny.
Wait, what's waiting in the toilet?
They were waiting in the
The
toilet.
werewolves.
Blackfang.
The werewolves were in there waiting for you to come out.
They're all like,
Oh,
like
laboratory.
crouched together like in a
Laboratory.
clown car.
Our laboratory.
Yeah.
That's 20 for
Lavatory.
poop.
They were probably in the middle of taking a dump when we came in.
We'll say that you guys leave, you exit, you walk out the door, and Bernard's body is just there. He's dead. He's reverted to his human form and he's dead.
Is that a poet?
No, he does not.
So it's just a bitch.
Yeah, he was just. He's whatever. You leave. It is still middle of day. Not middle of the day, but early afternoon. If you want to head to the Wakefields, you can, but that is where we'll end the session for now.